What up, fam? Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. It feels a little bit like deja vu. Live reactions, Sixers, Hawks. We know how this goes. Giddy up. That's not what we wanted. Let's go. This ain't the fuck like Boston Celtics. He stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Fan Friday, only on A2D Radio every Friday. We are brought to you by Gleason's Bar, which is located 6700 Mill Creek Avenue, Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or online. Gleason's Bar and Steaks.com is where you can find them. Pete, Dan, Jake, I'm Tom, the family. Welcome in. We'll have call-ins later on the show. Your chance to get on with us. Come spit it. Come tell us how good you are at it. All right? Time's yours. It's easy in the keyboard. Time's yours to come in, debate us, conversate with us. Team Hurts, we want to hear from you tonight later on in the show. We want to hear from Team Hurts later on. We want to hear from Team Simmons later on. We got a lot. We want to hear from the Trae, Joel Embiiders later on. I want to hear from all these people later on in the show. We'll have NFL Week 13 preview and picks, give you some locks. Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie seem to be split on Jalen Hurts. Pretty much like this fan base is split on Jalen Hurts. So we'll dive into that topic and that news that came out today, which isn't really news to anybody here. You would assume there's always something when it comes to the Eagles and whoever their starting quarterback is. Our main topic at hand is going to be the deja vu talk. Deja vu. Hawks. Sixers, live reactions. Sixers down right now. They're down. We got 47-39 still.
Yeah.
What we got? 47-39. We're in a deja vu world, but that's going to be our main topic at hand. We're giving you live reactions to the rest of this game. Obviously, as we do this, everything like usual is on the table, family. All right, whatever you want to talk about, chime in. We'll read it off. We'll give you live reactions, but we're also talking everything. Not only in the Philly sporting world, but anything national you got as well is always on the table. Our poll question brought to you by Manscaped, and you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. I tell you this all the time. Clean yourself up. The Lawnmower 4.0. All right? Phenomenal. Then you put a little ball deodorant on. You're walking around. Yeah, you look good. You feel good. You play good. That's how that works. That's how that works. A good tape job in sports makes you look good, right? If you got a good tape job, right, now you're feeling good. Then you're going to play good. You can do the same thing at home. Same thing at home. Weed whacker. Get in all those places. Phenomenal. So not only are you getting 20% off, you're getting the free shipping. Use the code A2D at manscaped.com. Our poll question for tonight, and I think it's going to be a split. I really do. Not only here, but I think it's going to be a split in the comments. I would assume this is a split poll question. And it's the Sixers will finish as a top 5 seed in the Eastern Conference despite their recent struggles. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. everywhere you get your podcast. We're there as well. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the damn follow, share around, tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend. Get up in here and talk to us tonight. React with us. Okay? If you're ahead of us in the game, screw you. We don't want to hear from you if you're ahead of us in the game. Actually, we do, because we know where this is going probably. To the poll. Okay.
Can't believe we lost in a nail biter.
This is so unknown. I mean, you can stand on whatever side of this you want to stand on. And until the loser is out of here, it's an unknown. This is an unknown. Total unknown. I'm going to agree that they will. Right? I have to. I have to. Come on. We can't go from a 1 seed, right? Even though we got bounced in the second round and not be a top 5 this year. The Eastern Conference is definitely better. I'm not going to sit here and debate that with anybody tonight. We still have arguably, and listen, I know he's not played well recently. We also have arguably the best player, if not the second best player in the Eastern Conference. All right? If you want to give me Durant, you can win. You want to give me Giannis, fine. So worst case, the third. Okay, I went from 1 to 3 there because there is some good players. But any given day, we could have the 1, right? And we know how that goes, right? Because he's a generational type player. And he's going to get his legs back under him. He's going to be okay. But we have that guy. Now, we have nothing really around him that excites me and can score with him. But we still have him. And we're talking about top 5. We're not talking about top 3, 2, 1. We're talking about top 5. If we don't believe this team has constructed as at least top 5, then it doesn't matter who the hell we're getting back. Make sense? Doesn't matter. Because then you're jumping from what? An 8 seed to a 2? There's a lot of questions right now with this basketball team. But as long as Joel Embiid here is here playing, I believe in his talents. I understand he hasn't played well. I still believe in his talents. And I think with him here, this team's going to be okay. But the unknown part of it is the dark cloud that is hanging over this basketball team. And until that dark cloud is removed and some sun comes out and you get the pussy start smelling like bad fish, right? I don't know why I said that. But I digress. Until the cloud is removed and the ocean's cleaned up here, this is an unknown situation. How do you judge a basketball team off of that over their head, essentially? Over a guy in a goddamn treadmill in while they're practicing. Right? Guys riding a bike while they're practicing. Guys shooting pregame, not playing, nowhere to be found after that. How do you go about your business? And talent-wise on this roster, how do you then say, oh, I fully agree or I fully disagree? How do you stand on that hill either way? I don't know, guys. You guys tell me. Because this is the most up in the air 50-50 poll that you could do right now because of what they have. And they're down 8 going into the half. So, boys, tell me. Jake, you want to go? Circle it around, whoever.
Yeah, I'll go. To be honest, despite obviously how bad they've been playing recently, and they haven't looked good. And last night was a heartbreaker, obviously, or Wednesday night, against the Boston Celtics. That was a heartbreaker. And they're not looking good right now. And Tom hit the nail right on the head. It's until Ben Simmons gets out of here, until that distraction's out of here, it's going to be tough. But again, this team's been riddled with injuries. It's one thing after another. It's either COVID, someone's hurt. Tobias is out tonight with an illness, non-COVID related. So, again, it's always something. Joel Embiid isn't 100% yet. But the thing is, guys, it's still very, very early in the season. It's still early in the season. And I think we've said it here a bunch of times on whatever show on this platform, is that the season doesn't really start till after Christmas. So they have time. They still have time to get stuff working together. But it doesn't look good right now. But I think as the season goes on, you'll start to see the chemistry develop a little more. Tyrese Maxey has hit a bit of a rut compared to where he was at the beginning of the year, where he started hot. And again, I think that's just part of the growing process, right? That's all part of it. sophomore struggles. It happens. He's still a young guy, and like Tom said before we got on the show, he's only what, Tom, in his junior year, basically, of college, his sophomore year.
He would be in his junior year at Kentucky, essentially.
Yeah. So again, he's a baby. So the struggles are going to happen. I think this team still has a lot. I still have a lot of high expectations for this basketball team. And you know what? I think as the season goes on after Christmas, going into January, I think they'll really start putting it together. So I'm going to agree to the poll.
Yeah, and Dan, right before you go, I see people saying like as constructed, and that's why, people came in late. That's why the big point of it is this is an unknown poll question. It's hard to have a stance. So like, everybody's saying disagree as constructed. We're gonna have a conversation after we all go on, is it going to stay as constructed? We'll get into that in a little bit, but go ahead, Dan.
Well, here's probably the start of the split for you guys. I am going to disagree to the poll. That being said, I do think it's more than just the absence or the situation that is 25. I think you've got issues more in the lineup than just his absence and potentially what he could bring back in, a trade package. I know I'm not the only one that has problems with Danny Green on a nightly basis. He's frustrating. He can put up, big numbers and stuff like that. But I'm not 100% confident that we get this resolved at the trade deadline. I obviously think we make the playoffs. And I don't think we're going to finish like last or anything like that, but we could maybe like that 6-7 kind of range. Because let's be real, Joel's not having so far, and I hope it changes, and it may very well change. He's not having this MVP season to start like he did last year. For whatever reason. But we're not going to get to that level unless our leader, which is him, takes us that far. So, that's why I'm going to disagree to the poll.
Fair. 69.5% winning percentage when Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons play together. For all they can't play together, people out there.
Absolutely.
Listen, I'll call a guy a pussy again. I got no time for him. But the facts are in the facts. In terms of regular season winning, I'm not going to talk about the postseason. I'm just talking about regular season winning. Those numbers don't lie after four plus years. They just don't lie to you. Like, you can lie to you in a year. They can lie to you maybe in 2. You sure as hell ain't lying after 4. That's a body of work. That's a body of work. Right, boys? And we all can't stand the guy. Body of work. We talked about it on Wednesday. Until somebody is here, we don't know. How do we not have somebody? How is this real? I don't know. We'll do this after Pete goes, because I can't do this right now. Pete, go ahead.
Ben Simmons. Gotta love him. Honestly, as much as they've struggled lately, I think they'll finish it with the top 3 seed. I know it sounds shocking right now, but it's just Embiid's just coming off of COVID. He's gonna have some downtime. Remember when Steph came off of COVID last year, he was struggling. But once he got going in the middle and later half of the season, he was draining them threes. He was back to Chef Curry. You know what I mean? This was what he was doing. I just feel like that's what's happening with Embiid right now. He's just trying to get his legs back under him. It's been a while, And this is a guy who's if you ask him, who's fought lions as a kid, this is a guy who's been through it all. And the fact that he says stuff like, I didn't know if I was going to make it, should tell you everything you need to know about how bad he was put through the ringer when it comes to COVID-19. I just don't think he's there. I think this team will go as far as Joel Embiid takes you. And like Dan said, he's just not playing at an MVP level, which I completely understand. You want more of him. After what you saw last season, where it's probably the best single season you've seen in a Sixers uniform since since Allen Iverson, the best single season for a Sixers player. Like,
Yeah.
probably one of the most dominant.
I thought you were hibernating. I thought you went on like a hibernation. I said, "Oh, Pete hibernating during the Allen years." You know what I mean? Where the hell are you at? Like, where were you?
I don't know. I had multiple thoughts in my brain. I'm
I
sorry.
went Will. I don't even see Will play. I don't even know what happened.
And probably like the most dominant big we've had since Barkley. You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of player he can be. Like, he is that dominant motherfucker. Like, he's just not there yet. Obviously, other things aren't working. Like, Seth is the only thing that's working right now. Tobias is shit in the bed right now, which sucks because it's tough to see him like that. And Danny Green is, I feel as if his spirit died that night in Game 1 against the Hawks, and he's never come back. But, like, you know, this team is exactly what it is. Like, it's struggle city right now. But I gotta have hope that, you know, Embiid can right the ship and we can make some moves at the deadline and we can figure shit out, because Ben's not coming back. Like, he's not like. I'll play devil's advocate. I think we would, as much as people would fucking hate it, we would be a better basketball team right now with Ben Simmons.
Of course.
Like, and anyone, like, you could be the biggest Ben hater on the planet, which is you are 100% right. Like Tom says,
right now.
He's a pussy.
Yep.
But here's the thing: he's a talented pussy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They had a metric. I saw a metric somebody put online where they're comparing teams within the last 2 years of who went up and who went down. Where do you think we went from last year to this year, Tom?
In which part? I mean, I saw like
They're talking like plus minus offensive rating, defensive rating.
Defensive efficiency. We're 23rd now, and we were second last year. My big number we brought up Wednesday was transition offense, right?
Yep.
You're talking 15 right now to 3. That's drastic. That's why you're scoring 87 points in a basketball game, because we can say whatever we wanted. He ran, he got out, he rebounded and went. I mean, listen, I can't stand the guy, but nobody can comment in or on these shows, because I ain't a dictator, but I would start muting cats if they were like, we ain't better with them. Like, I say, well, you need to then watch another sport then. With all due respect, watch another sport, because they are definitely better with
regular season.
Yeah, my argument is, can they be better in the postseason without him as constructed? Maybe.
Well, yeah, I think
maybe.
Yeah.
But that's so unknown, because there's a lot of it's early. It's not early, but it's early, and
like, there's still time to turn it all around. Obviously, in the show, like, they're better without Ben, but
I don't agree with you.
It doesn't look like it.
I don't agree with you. I don't think he's gone. This is the fun. You want to welcome to Philly sports. I almost want to book my reputation on something right now.
Oh God!
And I'm not willing to do it because I believe he's such a loser that I don't want to do it. There's a reason he is still here, and that is Joshua Harris and his ownership group. This is not Daryl Morey, Elton Brand, and Doc Rivers anymore. It can't be. It can't be, because if it is, then they all should be fucking fired, right? It can't be. So there's a reason he hasn't been dealt yet. And I got bad feeling he's coming back, because the season isn't going well. So now ownership's like, well, look, like, they're going to come to you with their dockers on, right? Their little dock sides, and tell you, right, the numbers, which are true, and I can see that. I can see this happening. I can see it happening. Thoughts, guys? Thoughts? If you had to give a percentage out of 100%, the percentage of him still being a Philadelphia 76er after the trade deadline, and not just being one, returning to the court.
30%.
30. Okay.
So 65%.
Bye.
So you're saying percentage of him actually being here and playing?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think he's here because I think they don't trade him. Hence my disagree to the poll. But there's no way he's playing. Yeah, I just don't see it. I think it's to the point, obviously, like we all believe, that it's so far into his head that he can't play in this city, that I honestly believe that a professional athlete of his caliber and his mindset will now avoid playing in Philadelphia even when he's traded.
I'll counter that. All right, so you're saying that he can't play here. Well, think about what he's constructed right now. He's going through mental illness. He's personal anguish with him. After the trade deadline, he comes back and he has a triumphant return. And whether he stays or not, he can use that to be like, oh, my team, they stuck by me. I was able to fight through it. Makes him look better in Philly.
Hold the fuck on. Hold.
He would never say that.
Hold on. I was with you for a minute. And then you went too far. Then you started talking like he's going to say, my team stuck with me. But
it's like such a bullshit thing Ben Simmons would say. It's like, my team had my back, blah, blah, blah. It's bullshit, but it's just, it's a PR bullshit script. I can 100% see him reading.
It's coming from the same guy that told his teammates not to come see him in LA.
Yeah.
Prior to the season.
They stuck by him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't let him take a red eye out.
It's bullshit. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yep, that makes sense. They were willing to drive cross country, and he said, "Huh." I'm
not saying it's true at all, but I can 100% see him fill that line of horse manure out there and be like, "Yeah, man, we're really close. They stuck by me through my tough times."
Well, he's a perception cat to me.
Yes, exactly, and that's exactly why I say that.
He's a look at me type of doggy. I don't even call him a dog because he's a pussy cat. So he's a little kitten, right? So he's a look at me kitten. Okay, look at me. I could see him a little bit of a 500, a little above, want to come back. The not to prove anybody wrong because he don't give a shit about that. Just to prove to people he's still special, right? And nothing's going to change in terms of his play. He's going to be who he is. But just to prove to people in terms of that, I can see that. I'm leaning towards like 75% chance, maybe even 80 that he's on. That not only is he on this roster, but it's almost going to be a force to play. I mean, how does it continue? Dan, to your point, I don't know if they don't deal him at the deadline, then what are they doing? They can't sell a fan base. I'm out. I'm going to tell you right now. You want to see Tom Arnone get arrested? I will promise you, I will get locked up, because I will be down at the Wells Fargo if this happens, just banging on a ticket window. I don't even care. And they're going to have to lock me up because I need answers on how the guy's still here and then not playing. If you can still be here and play, okay, fine. I'll put my tail between my legs if we're winning basketball games. But you can't be here and not play, and all of us say, nothing to see here, nothing to see. And that can't happen. That would be Joshua Harris. That would be the Philadelphia 76ers to a T. But that cannot happen. And I know we all agree on that. That cannot happen. That's the worst case situation for this franchise moving forward. Not only is the pussycat here, but the pussycat just wants to play with some yarn. You know what I mean? That's the worst case. And then it smells like shit, too. So your whole house stinks. It's got a stench to it. It's like the worst little pussycat smell in the world. Nobody wants that.
No.
Nobody wants that. Yo, go follow our boy Fighting Philly. He's going to be streaming a little esports coming to A2D Radio. He's going to be streaming over here. We're going to be sharing his stream to our Facebook page. So make sure for you YouTube cats, you head over to his page, give him a like. Fighting Philly. Yeah, and he's right. Embiid stamina needs to get right coming off of COVID, and we'll see this team start climbing the standings. Trade Ben for a Gatorade cooler, just end the saga.
Nope.
Yeah, maybe not the Gatorade cooler. I would like some Gatorades in there, and then maybe that gets the deal done. But Sixers down 11, something needs to happen, and I just think it's unfair to an extremely loyal fan base that sat through a lot for us to be in this limbo. Right, we're not talking about an average basketball player here. We are talking about a max money guy. We're talking about a max money guy. Oh, that's a good shot, JoJo. It's not, but it's a great make. We're talking about a max money guy. It is hard then to say, oh, they're going to be just as good, and you know, right? It's just, I don't know. It's just hard. Just hard. Well, offensive foul. Sixers ball. Down 8. Down 8. It's the NBA. You would hope they got a run in them. How are you guys feeling about this? Is this a deja vu? L
Yeah.
coming, or is this a game you still feel like they can win? Pete's got an L.
L7, we need. What's happening, man? Come on.
I mean, before the stream started, we were up like what, Dan? We were up like what, 12, 11, I think, before we
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
Now we're down 11. And that's the thing with the NBA, right? If it's fluctuates, you can go on a run and put in 12, and the other team scores 2. So, I mean, yeah, there's always a chance. It's not like we're getting blown out like OKC or anything like that. Did you guys see that the other night? That OKC
Oh my
blowout?
God.
Oof.
It was like 75 points, 70. That was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was absolutely ridiculous. You want to talk about a team tanking? Woo. Good Lord. But yeah, no, I think they can win this game. But again, it all depends on everyone rallying together and Doc making the right adjustments. So I still think they can, though. I still think they can pull out the win.
Dan?
I mean, I might sound like a Tobias hater. I just like the way they move the ball. This goes back to even when he was out, like when basically all the role players are just starting. I like the way that they move the ball when he's not on the floor. A lot of times it's a possession game with him, and he needs to waste 10, 12 seconds at a time and then just dishes it off or forces it in there for nothing. So like ball movement wise, I love the way they move the ball when he's not on the floor. So I mean, I like the chances of them coming back. I like the way they're moving the ball. Play a little bit better defense, but
Oh my God, it's the worst foul call of all time. What is that call?
How is that a foul?
Guy's out of fucking control. I mean, this is where you just want everybody to know, hey, I got my whistle tonight. If you didn't know, I'm out here. Yeah, Todd says make sure the Gatorade's grape.
Yep.
Rather nothing. Sorry, Todd.
What are you saying? Echo? Who's got an echo? Me? Or are you just echoing somebody else's point there, Mark? Let us know. Let us know.
I will say it's kind of funny that when at the end of last season, when everyone's trying to get Simmons out of here, which is deserved, they're like, well, we don't need Ben. We have Matisse, who does everything Ben does, but better. He can if Matisse gets the same minutes a night that Ben has, he can average 20 a game. That is not looking good.
No,
it's not. That's tough. That is tough. That doesn't even make sense. But that's just people that were,
There you go, Joe.
Whose audio? Mine? Who's got the echo?
Sounds fine on my end.
yeah, I don't hear any echo either.
Yeah, I don't hear it either. Usually
I want to check your setup, Mark.
Go out of the app and go back into it.
Yep.
You're right. Round the Philly. Good take, Joe. Listen, that's the only way they win this game, right? The only way they win this game is he takes over. Okay? And so you need the Joel Embiid takeover here in the second basketball game. This is a league of stars. Let's continue to remember this, right? That's why, Ben Simmons is a pussy star, but he's still essentially a starish, right? When you talk about max guys. So you need, come on, Seth. Come on. They're freaking free. They're free. They're free. Damn it. You got one thing to do. I'm going in and hitting that right now. Elbow, boom, gooch, we out. I'll hit them. Cold.
You've been hearing what a lot of NBA players are saying, though. So this was another thing that I was thinking about with Joe and his because if you notice, a lot of his problems early in the season has been his mid-range game, which is normally his clutch area. About the switch to the new ball. I know it's a weak excuse and I don't like it, but it's interesting to hear a lot of, especially it's not like scrub players. Like I've heard it from Dame, I've heard it from Bradley Beal, saying that this ball is different.
Like
absolutely.
I feel like it's just going to take some time getting used to the new ball. Like I feel like once they're used to it, once they're used to it a bit more, it'll be like back to basics. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
PTSD last year.
Fuck.
From hearing it. From hearing me yell shooting free throws in the playoffs. Sixers down 6.
6, yep.
8 minutes to go here. They got the basketball. Joe's getting double, turnover.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow. That's like the weakest call ever, too. The flop. I don't know. Like, I just don't. This is one of the games I don't know about. Like, this is one of the games I need them to win, though. Right? Like, I need them to start getting on track and playing a little bit better basketball. But listen, this is his biggest Achilles heel, man. Joel is my son, but his biggest Achilles heel is him passing out of the double team. I mean, it has been from day one of his career. And we talk about things that players need to do to get better. That's the thing he needs to do to get better. I mean, that could take his game to a whole nother level of making the right decision. Right? I mean, like I said, he just turned another ball over where he rushes it. Right? Take that extra half a second. Trust yourself to be able to rip through the double team too. Right? Which a lot of guys have the ability to do. Right? You know what I mean? These are things that, you're taught playing basketball. Atta baby. It's a big block.
There you go, Joe.
On the floor. Not a surprise. He's fine now. No prayer service tonight, guys. We're okay. We're okay. Need a little bit of a run. Sixers down 6. Niang for 3. Niang. Niang. He hasn't played well recently. It's good that he played good the other night. I think, but he's been a little cold. So it'd be nice to get him shooting a little bit better too.
Stop here.
Be nice.
How did he get that out? Holy shit.
Where are you at? Get out. Oh. Good foul, though. Good foul. Then he went up for the block. Foul Capella. I don't want to say they own us. I mean, let's calm down, Howie. I mean, they did win a playoff series, but I don't know if they own.
No.
Utah beating Oregon? God damn it. Of course. Mark, I mean, I said it earlier on, he's in his essentially junior year of college, and this wasn't a lottery pick. And he had like a shortened college season with no March Madness, right? And I think you're going to see the spurts of his ability. And he's also an extremely hard worker. And I think at the end of the day, when you have talent and you're willing to put in the work, you're going to see those results. And those results might not happen right away. Results might happen in a year. They might happen in 2 years. But you're going to see him continue to get better. And you're also going to see him go through spurts, right? He's going to go through spurts where he's scorching, where he's not playing well. What a shot, Joe. Unbelievable. And Kobe reincarnated at 7 foot.
Holy
my
shit.
Goodness.
Like, I think he's fine. But like, I feel like people just like last season, they were at the start of the season, they were hyping him to the moon.
Wow.
And they got to bring him down just a little bit. It's okay. He's going to struggle. It's going to be okay. Like,
well, not hyping. I mean, maybe some people overhyped. Herder. This guy lives in my dreams too.
Danny Green just got put on skates.
I think it was Seth.
Holy shit. Was it Seth?
I don't know. I thought it was. It probably wasn't. No, because Herder tore him up last year. It probably was Seth. And Herder took him.
Nah, it was Danny. I'm on the delay. Yeah, I'm on the delay. I just
delay came in clutch. Delay came in clutch.
Yeah, he got put on.
You don't need the replay. I got you.
I am the replay.
Yeah.
A+ defender at this point, I guess.
I mean,
What up, Don? Sorry, go ahead.
You're good. As far as the Maxey thing, I looked at the stat that they threw out there as far as league team leaders in turnovers per game. I think the Sixers were like second or third in the league in turnovers per game, in least amount of turnovers per game, I should say. I don't think they've, in terms of Doc, has enough confidence that he's released Tyrese to do everything that he wants him to do. I think that's a main factor in why turnovers are so down. I don't think it's like Tyrese is such a better facilitator or has better vision than Ben, because I don't think that's the case right now where we stand.
I think he's just keeping handcuffs on him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just holding him off, letting him do enough to get it done, but not enough to where he trusts him fully, and that's leading to like limited turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to take those chances though, because they sometimes pan out. And
this is true, but if the words take chances and Doc Rivers are in the same sentence, I'm I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
Fair enough.
TTP, I agree with you. I mean, I don't care how he's shooting right now and how he's playing. You know, I would absolutely make that move because you have a window right now with your best player to try to win.
Yep.
And
If we get Damian Miller, I'll wear a watch every day for the rest of my life.
You wear a watch?
So I'll wear my watch that says Dame time every day for the rest of my life. I'll go get a watch made.
custom made.
Custom Dame time watch.
Oh, you know what time it is? I think it's 2:15. Wrong, bitch. It's Dame time.
Yeah, and I'm also willing to give anything up. I know some people.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, Tyrese Maxey is untradeable.
Yeah.
Nope, he's gone.
I'll drive him to Portland myself.
Listen, you spend too much time in the groups because I don't know, I don't know that necessarily an overwhelming amount of people that are leaning towards the side of he's untradeable, right?
Yeah.
Like for Damian Lillard, like I would say that is more of a 75-25 of, yep, let's get the deal done. I mean, is there 25% that are more of the fanboys?
I just think it's silly. Like I feel like even if it's like a group thing or it's a Twitter thing, whatever. Like I don't know how you can sit there with a straight face and be like, it's not even a conversation. It's like that's a pretty like Damian Lillard or Tyrese Maxey. I've seen Damian Lillard be a killer. I've seen Damian Lillard be like a straight up assassin. Like I've seen Tyrese Maxey have some nice games, but I haven't seen him do what Dame has done.
That's also fucking unfair to say.
It is, but it's just also crunch time because we don't have a huge window when it comes to Joel.
Completely agree. That's what I was just saying to you.
I don't have time for him to see what he is for another 2 years. I just don't. Like I wish I did.
You have to get what you can get back, and if that's sweetening deals with some other things, then you got to sweeten deals.
Yep.
You know, you have to move on to help the guys that are playing, right? Because projected in your lineup, right, is a max money guy that is not playing. If you did that to anybody in the NBA, that hurts them as a basketball team. If there wasn't a return on that money, right, on the court, just common sense. So until the return comes or he comes, you're not going to be as good. But I still believe that they can start figuring it out and play at a high level. Like I had them thinking, I thought they could be a top 3 seed even without them. But I also thought that they would get the return on investment by now. And they haven't, which is amazing. But I still think they can be tough, and they've shown some toughness. But I just don't know who the closer is. Because your big man's not necessarily your closer. That's not how that works.
No.
It's never how it's worked, ever. It's never been, your big man's never been your closer. So that's the biggest thing they got to figure out. And Tobias isn't that, so who the hell is it?
No, Tobias definitely isn't.
Did you guys see the Shea Alexander like little rumor that came out?
No, what
What
happened?
happened with him?
So I'm like 99% sure they didn't relate to it in the article, but I think he signed a deal in the summer. So he's one of the guys that's eligible to be traded, not until December, I think 15th it is. So there was a few guys on there. One of them was like relating to Jake Fisher, saying that he mentioned Alexander in like a potential deal that would return Simmons, but they need a third partner.
I'd be interested.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, my thing is like he's on an OKC team right now, which clearly is going nowhere fast.
I mean, they're going somewhere. It's called Draft Pick City.
Yeah.
And Don Time, like Tyrese Maxey isn't the reason we didn't get Harden. The Rockets are the reason we didn't get Harden. They went no parts with Morey. That was not happening.
Sixers down 3. About 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Herder for 3, probably good. Nope, missed it. About time.
It was almost good though.
Probably good. So we got who we got out here? We got Drummond, we got Danny, Ray, no. We have Nyang, Maxi, and and Seth. It's a small lineup. Looks like Shake's coming in. Probably for Danny because he can't hit a goddamn shot. Yeah, I mean, I don't like. I hear you, Troy. I think most rumors are horse shit, but usually when there's some smoke, there's a little bit of fire to it, right? So I always feel
for me,
that
it all depends on where it's coming from. Like
to me, like it's just even where it comes from doesn't necessarily matter. Like I'm a believer, like we all know he's trying to be traded, so all these names are probably have been phone conversations, right? Like GMs have probably spoken, right? You know what I mean? So.
Maury's calling everybody.
Yeah, like I gotta believe that my general manager and my president of basketball operations is on the phone constantly trying to see what his market of his player is that he's trying to get rid of. I mean, so to say that he hasn't talked to anybody at Oklahoma City, I think that would be, that would be false as well. To say that it's like something that is holding a lot of weight, maybe that's false as well. But I think there's a middle ground to every name that gets brought up. I think the one name you should probably not say right now is Bradley Beal because Washington's been playing good basketball for the most part. So I would probably just keep names out of teams that have been playing at a high level, right? So anybody else is fair game. When you talk about Shea, when you talk about guys from Sacramento, when you talk about where else were we? When you talk about Portland, right? Even if it's not for Dame, even if you talk about McCollum, right? No matter where you're talking, as long as it's a team that isn't playing at a high level, you have a legitimate chance of trading him to those types of teams. Like those conversations are definitely happening. But like, are the Warriors picking up the phone? No, right? Like there's certain teams that right now probably aren't picking up the phone, saying we're good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the key, Brinks. I mean, they are horrendous defensively to a point. I mean, you're missing a pretty good defender. I mean,
one of the best defenders in the league. It hurts.
Well, we're better without him. I was told.
Oh, stop! You need to.
Here we go.
Daddy's home.
I'm not doing anything. I still want him gone. Like I'll steadfastly say that. But everyone and their mother told me they were going to be a better basketball team without him.
I don't think anyone said that defensively. I disagree. Yeah, defensively, no.
Wow, I mean, there was a certain someone on this show who is elsewhere right now claimed it.
Who? Johnny?
Old Johnny.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
New Johnny does not agree with such opinions.
Oh my God, he made that.
How did he get that in there?
Sixers down 8.
Oh my God. Quick. Here we go.
That was quick.
Here we go.
As soon as Joel's off the court. Listen, I don't think anybody was really believing that they would be extremely better. I mean, maybe some people out there thought that they could be better because of different reasons why you can make arguments for. But I think most people were probably saying they were going to be better because they thought they were getting something in return.
Yeah.
No, I mean, TDP, I don't know. It's not like I mean, look at your lineup out there right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know it's your bench, but I mean, look at your lineup. Look at your lineup. When you lose a guy who's playing, the CDP. I'm not talking to you. When you lose a guy playing 36 minutes a night, 35 minutes a night, what are you replacing it with? And then now that bumps up other guys getting more minutes than they should probably be getting. It's a trickle-down effect. It's a trickle-down effect when you take out a player of an A caliber. I didn't want to say A because I hate the guy. But like an A caliber, like you take that out of the equation, you're not as good. You're not as good.
Well, not only that, you look at the roster. I mean, I'd argue they have 2 guys on the roster that I trust defensively, night in and night out. and it's your superstar, and it's Thibault, who's a bench player.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, Danny Green, no, not now.
No.
Tobias can.
You're two bigs.
You know.
You're
All
two
right,
bigs.
Andre too. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, listen,
All
that's that's not saying a lot. I'm not like, oh, we're not talking about a first or second or third team all defensive player and Andre Drummond. We're just talking about size and rebounding and being able to block a shot or two. So to your point, there's nothing on the perimeter that is slowing somebody down. I mean, Bradley Beal talked about it against after the Washington series, that like how hard it was to shoot over him, like how he made everything difficult for him. I can't believe this. I just can't. I can't believe that. Like, part of me is like leaning towards the side of just saying, "Come on back. It's we'll work it out."
Tom, it's like nothing's changed since last December.
They're gonna play that "Welcome Back" song at the center when he comes back.
Oh my God!
You still got it. You still got it.
DT, this is a joke, guys. This is a joke. Like, what are we doing? And we're watching a basketball team. Like, now Tobias isn't playing nice, so you're losing somebody else. And then we're like missing all these guys since the beginning of the season, and if you count Ben into it, right? And then there's missing guys, period.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like crushing Doc Rivers, and we're crushing this person, and we're crushing this person. For what? I'm asking about there. For what? You understand that guys haven't even been allowed to be in the fucking facility for 3 weeks? I mean, Joel Embiid wasn't in the facility for 3 weeks. Ben Simmons hasn't been in the facility besides riding a bicycle that doesn't move. Right? And then you talk about other guys who have been out for injuries, other things. I mean, I don't know. That's a bad recipe. And you're still 11-11? I mean, probably going to be 11-12 after tonight. But you know what I mean? Like, you're still like treading water somehow. I actually give that a tip of the cap to the coaching staff on that.
Yeah.
Right? And like a weird
everything that's been going on with them, like the fact that they've at least been trying to tread water a little bit, it's commendable.
Yeah, I'm not crowning it. You know what I mean? I'm not here telling you give a guy a 5-year extension. Now for 3. Now we're down to 11. This is a joke. This is a joke. And we still got this guy around. We got nothing back. Play him or get rid of him. We need something back. We can't play like this.
Remember,
we can't play like this. It's unfair to this city. It's unfair to us.
I just want to say one of the last things that Johnny said before he left was, this team constructed would beat the Hawks.
In what though, Pete? A 7-gamer?
I don't think we beat them as we play right now. I don't think we beat them in a 7-game series.
And that's
I would assume not.
Oh Lord!
I would assume not. Oh my God! This is where we're at.
Sixers down 11.
This is where we're at.
A gift that keeps on giving.
This organization.
Andre, good rebound, good tip in.
There you go.
We'll love to get it to like 5 or 6 before the end of the third.
As painful as it is, it's pure glee at certain points. Like,
here we go.
It's like the NFL draft last year. I wanted no parts of Justin Fields, but I would have loved every second if they drafted him, because it would literally be so much fun to talk about every week.
What else? Disaster.
Well, that and like, because everyone would you'd have the side that would be like wants to burn the city down, and then the sides that would say he's the greatest quarterback in the history of sports.
Jimmy's my guy. All right. Rarely disagree with Jimmy.
I mean, he's.
How can I not, Jimmy? How can I not? We're talking about rotations, and we don't even have things to rotate. We want to play, guys, 40 minutes a night? Everybody, all stars got to play the whole game. I'm not disagreeing you where rotations throughout Doc's career have been spectacular. That's not the debate here, Jimmy. You know what I mean? That's not going to be my debate. I ain't standing on that hill. The hill, oh my God, Cork. The hill I'm standing on. Go ahead, Andre. Go to work. Corky, need it. Corky, need it. Corky, need it.
Thank you.
Come on, baby. I said
someone was worth their extension.
Get a stop. My point is, Jimmy, through this year, you have to give a little leeway. I didn't say crown it, right, Jake? You remember?
Yep.
I didn't say I ain't
Mhm.
crowning him or giving him an extension. I'm just saying, like, he's probably the last guy I'm crushing right now. Can we crush Joshua Harris? You have to put pressure on people in this thing. This is why we're here. I want to make it clear. Everybody say, Tom, what's different about A2D? I want to put pressure on you, not only as a player to get the best out of you, I'm like your side piece coach. I want to get the best out of you. And if that's calling you a pussy, if that's calling you a diva, if that's telling you to man up, then so be it. And the same thing comes for upper management, right? And everything. When something's egregious, it is now our job to tell you need to do something about it. Clock's been ticking. Time's up. Time's up. Make a move or kumbaya. Either we have a campfire with fucking marshmallows and s'mores and we're doing all this crazy shit, right? That's a great fire, right? And we're kumbaya and we're singing. We're singing Adele by the fireplace, all right? Right by the fire pit. And we're all back together again. Oh, it was a great s'more. Ben, you made a delicious s'more. Thanks, Joshua Harris, you loser. Right? Like, so there's two ways. Andre! Baby.
Let's go.
There's two ways. You can't have the middle way, like we were talking about earlier, Danny, right? You can't go middle. There's no middle. There's a freaking fork in the road, so you got to pick. And you're about to run into the median right now. You're about to run into it, which I would love to see Joshua Harris run into a median. No death, just a bang up. You know what I mean? Just a little whiplash. Nothing, no death. And then we're not animals here. You know what I mean? Just a little whiplash. So wake them up. So what I want you to start doing, Jimmy. Oh my God, that's a poster and a foul. Wow. Collins just jumped out the gym.
Yeah.
So what we need to do, all guys that do shows on A2D like Jimmy and a family out there, direct your attention to Joshua Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Demand, right? And you hit people in their pockets. Stop going. Stop going. You want to make a statement? Stop going. Because this isn't fair to us as a fan base. And I said that 10 times tonight. Mm-hmm. And you clip that too. Stop going until something's done. Either he's here in the campfire and the s'mores and the blowjobs, or you gone, girl. Pick one. Shit.
What was that?
How are we still talking about this? Freaking December.
And the thing is with Josh Harris, too, you know he's not invested. I mean, he's invested because he's the owner, right? But you know his focus isn't on the 76ers. It's on the New Jersey Devils. That's all that he's cared about. We've known that. We've been saying that forever.
Always.
All that they care about with the Sixers with him is selling tickets. That's all he cares about at the end of the day.
I think it's just making money in general. I don't think he necessarily cares about the Devils either winning anything. He just cares about money. That investment group's, we've known that since they bought the Sixers.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Like shit.
Yeah. Well,
it's the same thing with the Flyers, too. If you look at that whole, it's a boardroom. It's not an owner. The Flyers don't have an owner. It's a boardroom.
At the time, what did we hear? We heard Will Smith was like a minority owner at the time.
Yeah.
And you haven't heard anything from him since, which, I mean,
no.
You don't really expect that him to be fully invested in it.
No, I'm gonna start tagging him though.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Hey, Will. Call checking in. Love for you to head to the boardroom. Love to throw your 5% minority. Give me a call. Got a foul. So, I mean, still 10 seconds left. Sixers have a chance to get it to 7, which makes you feel delicious from where you're at.
Trae is 4 minutes. Okay.
Listen, he said he was banged up, Kane. And Kane said Embiid lost weight too. I think he was really sick. He was.
Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah, Troy, the union don't count out. With all due respect to the soccer, I mean, it's It's never been and they've never been 5 for 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talking like arena football here. Come on. I'm sorry. Not to disrespect soccer. I mean, to each their own. But
yeah.
Nobody really cares, to be honest. No offense, like Dan said, but
Well, we need a big run. I would assume Joel's going to play most of the fourth.
you would think.
Furkan's pump fake his ass, shoot the damn ball off the catch. He's always trying to do something fancy. Yeah, he's a try to look gooder. Look gooder. Yeah, Don. He said he didn't think he was going to make it. Not laughing at that, but that's what he said. He said, at one point, he didn't think he was going to make it. So what's this call?
Yep.
That's a foul. What are we talking about? What's even reviewable here? I mean, where's the not foul?
I
No,
don't.
he's going up, dude. He's going up. What are we talking about? There's body there.
I think they're trying to contest before he already left his feet. I guess I don't know. Then he jumped again. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of.
No, he didn't come off it. He didn't come off the left foot though.
Oh no, he didn't. You're right. Yeah, now I see it. Okay, never mind.
I mean, Trae left his feet. When you leave your feet and there's contact, that's how that goes. Can't once you leave your feet, the whole conversation's over. To me, whole conversation's over. I don't even care what the rules say. You left your feet. If he didn't jump and Maxey leaned into him a little bit, then yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Then absolutely.
Wish I had my bite one.
Personal foul. It stays.
Okay. Good.
Stays. Trae's still
Good,
bitching.
good.
Stop crying, dude. You get it. Your hair's horrendous. Stop crying. It's horrendous.
Just cut it off. Cut it off.
I don't know what you're complaining about. It's 101. You from where you started to where you finished when you jumped, you were in a different spot.
Mm-hmm.
101. You didn't jump and then come down in the same spot to have an argument. You ended up 2 feet over. Need you, Max, here. Need you here. Come on. Need you here to hit the free shit. You want to stay in this game, we got to do something really well. Yeah, Trae's always a whiner.
Yeah.
He's a crybaby.
Yep.
Come on. All right, got it to 7. 10 seconds left. Would love a stop here. Then the third. All right, 8, 7. Trae's got the ball. He's probably going to shoot from the logo. Matisse is on. Double and an easy basket.
Oh, wow.
That was fun.
Down 9.
1 second left. Maxey get it off. I don't know if he did. It's not good anyway.
Oh, he almost made it.
All right, Sixers down 9. Not where you wanted it. 7 was feeling a lot better there.
Yep.
Make him work with who though, Brown? You know what I mean? You say make Trae work. Like I don't know. You know, you're losing.
You'll have someone who can.
Yeah, you're losing so much to your perimeter defense. It's like, well, what do you do? Like if somebody wants to look up them numbers, we'll read them off again like we did on Wednesday. I mean, go look up the defensive efficiency. Somebody on a
Simmons
computer.
made him work for every bucket.
Go look at points per game. Go bring up all this stuff. Go bring up fast break points. All this stuff. Dude, it is. I know we're talking about 22 games compared to a long or an 82 gamer last year, right? It's a different sample size. I get, or 72 games. It's still clear and obvious.
Yep.
Like, where do you make up for this stuff at?
Well, and I love Seth too, but he's a liability defensively, to say the least. And I remember when we got him, and people were like, "Oh, he's going to shoot just like JJ, and he's going to give you effort defensively.
He's better.
Maybe effort, but at the end of the day,
He's
effort ain't
better
doing anything.
defensively. He's better from the line. He's a better 3-point shooter. And unlike JJ, who would like make that one stupid shot in the corner where he's like off balance or whatever, like I feel no worry when the ball is in Steph Curry's hands.
I just think he's a little bit overhyped on what he is, though. To Dan's point, I mean,
A smidge.
I think he's more of a 6th, 7th man off your bench,
Absolutely.
and you get more production that way than him in your starting lineup. I mean, listen, Kevin Herter takes him to the fucking shed. So don't tell me he's a better defender than JJ Redick. Please.
I don't think
Please, Peter, stop it. All right, you want to tell me he gets more effort? You want to hit me with an effort game? Sure, I'll buy into the effort. Okay, but don't tell me he's a better defender than JJ. Kevin Herter ate him up. Kevin Herter. Fucking Kevin Herter.
Gotta pull up the defensive ratings for Steph Curry versus JJ Redick.
Kevin Herter got laid all summer.
Yeah.
From what he did to Steph Curry. In a bar in Atlanta, he wasn't leaving with somebody.
Oh my God, that's great.
Better defender. Oh my God. I mean, listen, JJ stunk defensively, but they're the same guy in terms of like, if you're not on fire tonight, you hurt me. They're the same guy in terms of that. The same guy in terms of if you're not stroking, you hurt me.
You know what
you're
I
not
think
making
is?
up you're not making up on defense end. That's why those guys are better coming off your bench.
I think the one thing that he does better is he can facilitate a little bit. He can handle the rock, and he can score at the rim.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he got to.
He can get his own
I
shot.
like Steph's jumper. Like I think I trusted a smidge more than JJ's. Like when JJ would hit mid-range jumpers, I would cringe because I just know what's not coming next. When Steph shoots them, like I feel a little better. I don't feel like 100, but like a little better.
So, after further review, Sixers team defensive efficiency rating.
Oh
They
no,
are
we're stuck again.
19th. They are 19th in the NBA right now. Currently 19th. Let's see.
19th. What were they last year?
19th. Yep. Let me see. Hold on, let me go back. 19th.
Miss. Come on, rebound. Good, run it. Take him. It's Kevin freaking Herter. Thank you. I don't even know who that was. I might even have heard him. Gallinari. I don't even know, but whatever. Take him. Sixers down 7. Go bucket by Maxey. I mean, they got to run more, obviously, from what they have this year. Oh my God! Damn it!
Last season, the Sixers were 2 in defensive efficiency. So they went from 2 last year all the way down to 19.
Who's behind him, Jake? I'm just curious because
Right now?
I mean, yeah.
So Sixers are at 19. The other 11 teams are Toronto, OKC, Detroit, Dallas, Atlanta, Orlando, Sacramento, Charlotte, Memphis, Portland, and the Pelicans are last.
Well, I mean, that gives you an idea of, how much defense means.
Yeah. Yep.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Bad state of affairs here.
Go from number 2 last year all the way down to 19. And it looks like it could get worse. Things could be getting worse.
Yeah, it might not get worse because who's behind you, but yeah.
That's true, too. For sure ain't getting better. All right, so let's see. What's over here? I'll go back. Let's see where they were at. So, Sixers right now. Oh, Jesus. All right, so Sixers right now, points per game. They're 18th. Let's go to last year. Remember, this year they're 18th. And right now, The Sixers are 18th currently, and then last year they were 9th.
And what was that?
Points per game. This year they are 18th, and last year they were 9.
I mean, if I believe my memory is correct, I think in the beginning, maybe the first week and a half, 2 weeks of the season, they were pretty much they were in the top 3 of both. So, I mean,
yeah, there was a period. Yeah, you're right. There was a period there. I forget what the
I mean, they
time
were
frame
without
was exactly, but
they were without their best defender for 3 weeks still.
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Oh,
That
Jesus
matters a little
Christ.
bit.
Right, Sixer ball down 10. That's fun. This is fun. There you go. Williams complaining. Oh, Jesus. Let's see what else.
He was literally standing out of bounds when the ball hit him. I don't understand what he's complaining about.
Yeah, I don't know what he's complaining about either. Let me see if there's any other stats around. Let's see here. Points, assists, no. Scoring, defense, no.
So, Tom, do you put it at a higher percentage that you think Ben is back with the team playing, or that he's traded before the deadline?
Plays.
At this point, here with the team.
I'll
Yeah.
give you. You know what? I'll give you an 80% to 90% chance that he's here past the deadline.
Yeah, I think he's here, but I think he
He's
might
gonna have
end up
that
playing.
hero
to be
return.
honest.
I'm feeling it.
I think he might end up playing too. I don't know when exactly after the deadline, whatever it may be, but I think at some point he is going to end up putting the Sixers jersey back on and playing on the floor. So we'll see.
At this point, I literally want to see it just to see Johnny's head explode.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a
Because remember, I called.
it's a mess.
I called him months ago. Like I'm not shocked that like he's still here. Like everyone's like, oh, he's gonna be gone. I'm like, no. Like anyone, as Tom says, had their finger on the pulse,
Mm-hmm.
knew that like it wasn't gonna be a crazy thing if he was still here. Like because everyone just assumed, oh, well, after that, there's no way they're gonna keep him. They're just gonna trade him for whatever deal and get him out of town. And I'm like, no. And then after the GM came out and said, well, I'm going to hold him until I get the deal I want. Even then, people were like, well, they're still going to trade him. They're going to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's clear the GM's in no hurry. Like, because if he was, he would have done it by now. He would have traded them for a bag of balls and been done with it.
And Jamar, listen, I hear you, but don't be surprised if you see Ben back in a Sixers jersey this year. Do not be surprised.
J-Mar, here's my best advice to you. Turn around. When the game's on and he's playing, just look the other way.
Shut up, Pete. Look the other way.
Just look the other way.
Look the other way. I mean, nobody wants him back. So let's all be clear here. We're not saying
like,
none
you
of us
don't
are
want him
saying,
gone, but it's just like it's
none of
just
us
getting
are saying
closer and closer to it. Like the longer he's here, the higher the chances are for me that I think he's gonna play.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just
You'd
don't
have to
know.
throw
I don't know
Maxey
how
in
he
there.
steps on
You'd
the
have
floor.
to.
Well, who isn't showing up, Jimmy? I mean, both guys were out with fucking COVID for fucking 2+ weeks.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not like this
fair
one.
to say they haven't showed up. It's just that we're not there yet to say they haven't showed up. I'm not telling you if they won't. I mean, I know where your agenda is. I mean, you're back. Daddy's home too with Jimmy. Daddy's home. I love you. You and Pete, you can put your posters back up.
No, I'm not on. But I don't. Here's the thing with that. I will It may sound like I'm on the. Oh, let's have Ben back. I'm really not. I really want to trade his ass, and I don't want him back. I want him back a little bit because of the shenanigans and the fun it will bring.
True, it'd be great for what we do.
Yes,
sure.
exactly.
We stop turning the fucking basketball over.
God, I miss Tom every week.
Oh my god! And here we go. He's gonna hit the third. Oh wow, he didn't. Holy shit, he didn't. Okay, cool.
Like I said with Justin Fields, man, it would hurt, but it would be fun every fucking week.
All right.
Oh my God, Shake! It's
Appreciate you, Shake.
Bunny.
Good lord.
It's a bunny. Here goes John. John Coyle wants him back. Smell that coming.
Yeah. Yeah, no, John's been saying on the rant booth for a couple weeks. He's like, yeah, bring him back.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And they still didn't score. I don't know how
This
they
is
didn't.
ugly, man.
Oh, it is.
This is really ugly.
Be a nice time to go on a little bit of a freaking run for once. You feel good about
8
yourself.
minutes left. There's a lot of time left. There's a lot of time left to do some
Somebody-
damage.
Need that.
There you go,
Jimmy,
Joe.
kiss my ass, Jimmy.
That's crazy.
Kiss my ass, Jimmy. Where you at, Jimmy? Well, Jimmy, I'm
There
coming.
he is.
How
Come on,
can you
kiss my
how
ass,
can you
Jimmy.
how can you show up when you're recovering from COVID and sick? I just want to know.
No, I know what he's trying to say. I get it.
Yeah, I know what he's saying.
I mean, he
Jimmy's
kind of
less-
sounds like a
Jimmy's my-
clown.
Jimmy's one of my favorite A2D guys. I love Jimmy. Love him.
Jimmy.
Love him. If I could do 10 shows a week with him, I would. I mean, the problem is it would be a blow fest because we agree on too many things. And now Joe's missing on me. You fucker. Damn it. Talking all this shit to Jimmy, I got to deal with this.
I hate it here.
All right, here's a fun one because I keep.
More,
Yeah,
couldn't
I'm
freaking
curious.
breathe, right? Sorry, he couldn't breathe for 3 weeks. Guy
Right,
couldn't-
this is the same guy who thought he was gonna die. Like the fact that he's on the court, I'm like,
That's what she's saying. It's you can tell like which affects like basketball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Endurance. Is that Danny
I don't
Green?
need him to breathe. I just need him to do everything that involves breathing.
Is that not a foul though? Like as much as Danny,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, he was in his face. I was surprised.
wow, they are missing
Oh my
Bonnie
God.
City over here. You got Trae on the bench. I mean, you got to go on a run. The fact that you're still down 8's atrocious. Just take them. Oh my God,
What are you doing?
I like the idea.
Come on,
Go
Joe.
before the double. Go before the double. There you go. Go before the double. Need it. Open 3. Need
Shoot
it. Oh my God.
Hey.
Another ball. Oh my God.
How did that not go in?
We had. It's just amazing.
Wow.
Well, they gave us an opportunity and we didn't seize it, boys. So
Nope.
I'll tell you where this one's going.
The
Oh,
L train.
That'll be good.
Well, let's see. If he makes this, here we go.
Oh my God, Jake.
What's it called? Sure.
Can't even make an open shot when nobody's there.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know what we do.
I don't know either.
Yeah, we
This
were
is-
playing great, Jamar. Before that situation, Jamar's right.
Let's take a look at what the Sixers' next couple games are looking like here. Where is it? There it is.
No, I mean right now, I mean the way it's going, but like our record really there's like 3 weeks where you almost like can't count. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you're without your best player. I think you won 2 games over that stretch. I think they were 8-2 before everything like went like the shit hit the fan.
Yep.
So they were playing really good basketball.
Oh, wow. Finally made a bucket. Let's go.
Yeah, we needed to make the 2 before that, and then now we'd be down 2 and feeling good. Now he's gonna come in
Yep.
Trae, right? He's fresh, so here he comes. Good day. He's out of bounds. Other way. Our ball. He don't know. How don't you know? What are you doing? How do you put your hands up and say you don't know? What are you? Is it real life? He said he don't know. How don't let you know? What are you doing out there? Then?
He was right there.
Oh my God, we're jump balling it. What a joke. Go to the monitor. Go to the fucking monitor then. You got a great haircut. Go to the monitor. You joke. I don't know. He puts his hands up. Oh, smack you.
Uh-oh.
I would get tossed if I was Doc. Toss me. Toss me. The guy said you don't know. You went to me and said you don't know. What's he doing there? What up, Pop? Fucking jump on.
That's not a. I don't understand though. They have replay. I know it's a coach's challenge. Why would they not institute like? You could just do a coach or a ref review or whatever, a booth review.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's nuts.
Take 2
That's
seconds.
crazy.
If Kevin Herter wins this, I'm getting off. Okay. We're back. Back. We are back. Sixers down 6.
Yeah. Ball to Seth. Ball to Maxey. Back to Seth.
Go take John Collins, please. Take him. Take him. Shed talk. Shed talk. How's the shed? How's the shed? Good look. Need it. Hey, let's go.
Let's go, Danny.
John Collins, back up. You better back up. Better back up.
Sixers down 3 with 5 minutes left. Sixers on a 9-2 run.
Could they
Should be
not
more.
choke? Who knows?
Should be more, but God forbid they. Here we go.
No big mess. What's the call? What's the call? What's the call? What's the call? He pulled him down. It's a call. What's the call? You guys don't even know the call. You put your hands up earlier. What's the call? Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
They tangled their arms up. I don't. Oh my God.
Yeah, John Collins was literally holding onto Joel's arm.
Yeah.
And then Collins hooked
A double
Thibault,
foul.
so I don't know.
He's falling on his back. Is this real life? We got another jump ball. Is this real life? Oh, my. Oh, how many jump balls are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Oh, my. I can't believe this is real life. No way he's winning 2 in a row. Ah, let's
No
go.
way.
Let's go.
92-89.
92-89. Atlanta.
Give me a
4:35 left in the fourth. We're at money time.
Give me a 3, please.
We got the G League
There you go,
referees
Seth.
out here.
Thank you.
Hey, Seth.
We're back at 1.
Seth. Hey, Seth. Fucking jump ball gate, and we're coming out victorious on it. Let's go. I'll jump ball after every possession. Let's jump it up. We're not sure. Never seen that. I've never seen 2 jump balls like that on 2
Telling you,
possessions because nobody has a clue.
It's
Nobody had a clue.
No.
G League. They brought the G League refs in for tonight's game.
They really did. Guy says, "Oh, we're just gonna call a double foul because we don't know." Penalized
We
2
don't know,
guys.
look at
We're
my-
clueless.
We don't know, but look at my hair. My hair's great.
Mark, if you would have asked us 4 years ago, we would say, we think we got great days ahead of us. So I think it can
Yeah.
change on a dime too.
Excuse me. We have the Union, which are kicking ass. The Wings are back, and we got the Philadelphia Stars coming back in the USFL. We got some great times ahead.
God. After all the text messages you sent me this week, you just couldn't wait to blurt that out.
Damn right. Remember,
You could not
Union
wait.
going for the chip. Let's go.
Yeah.
Get your Wings
It'll be like
tickets,
the,
boys.
No offense to the, what do you call it? No offense to the women's NBA champions, but that's what the parade's going to be.
Yeah, where's my women's? Where's my women's team? That's what I want to know.
We'll probably run these chicks out of town. I mean, Ben can play there.
Oh my God.
Not too far.
You want a man too?
No,
You're
You're right, Tom.
Is
Maybe
that
that's
too
why.
much?
Tom. I think you're right. Maybe that's why we don't have one in Philly. That's
Maybe.
We do hard on them. Unbelievable.
Too mean to be.
Unbelievable. Wow.
I think this is like the 20th Wingstop commercial I've seen today.
Good to see Oregon showed up. Wow. Might own 23-0.
Holy shit.
I have to live bet him plus 20. Do that right now. Try to get her back.
Yep.
Go chasing, Tommy. Go chasing. I would even consider dabbling on that money line a little bit too. I don't know why. Plus 1,300. It's college football, guys. You know what I mean? Oh, $10 wins you 140. Why would you not? Right?
Yep.
$10 money line Oregon right now. plus 1,300.
Ooh.
I think I got to throw a 10-piece around. We're doing it.
I might
We're
be-
in.
I'm
We're in.
joining you.
We're in. Why not? Why not? I don't think they come back and win, but
No.
why not dabble? Why not dabble?
Little dabble, do you?
Jamar, why? What makes you believe that he'll have a lack of condition because of COVID all year?
Actually,
Because like Seth showed you, that it took him a minute, right?
mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm getting texts about bringing him back. Oh my God. What did Herter do? All right, 94-91. Of course, Atlanta basket when we were feeling delicious from Trae.
4 minutes left.
What you get?
Can we answer back?
Yep.
Do we have a response? Good move. Oh, get that shit out of there. Oh my goodness. We got a late call? What's that call?
Wait, what?
What is that call? What is that, man?
I don't get. Right, I get that. That's all ball. That's fine.
Why is he out of? How are they saying he's out of bounds? He doesn't have the ball in his hand.
I'm so confused.
That's gonna be good. Yep.
Yeah.
Jump ball.
Yep. Jump it up. Want to that one in. Want to that one went in. 96-91. Down 5. Oh my God. And who do you go to? Like, this is the problem. Oh my goodness gracious. Love Joe. Always on the floor.
Yep.
Big tree fall hard.
Oh my God.
I mean, he did that last year, even with Ben here, so that don't even matter.
Yeah, no.
When you talk about this cat, fucking bad hairdo. I mean, he did that.
Yeah.
He did that with Ben here, so that don't matter.
Just shave it. Honestly, just shave it at this point.
Probably got a terrible fucking shaped head. Moore says can't stand the lollipop kid and the Hawks.
Lollipop kid.
Yes, please, for the love of God, send Trae Young to the Munchkin land.
Good Lord. $96-91 Atlanta. Would say buckle up. We're coming in for a landing, but might not be a landing.
And we ain't landing nowhere.
We're crashing. To quote Launchpad McQuack, a crash still counts as a landing.
Let's see.
Boys, I'm gonna take a piss real quick. So,
All right.
All right.
All right, you got Trae Young. Let's see. Yeah, Trae Young's coming back in now.
I'm about to drain more threes than the Sixers right now.
Oh my God! Well done, well done. Good for you. Good for you. 8 for 19, both Trae Young and Joel Embiid are.
There we go, down
field
2.
goals.
All right, come on, Sixers. Can you win this game so I can go to bed?
How are you that far ahead of me?
Jake, where are you at number-wise?
How are
I'm at 320.
I'm at 310.
You're at 310. I'm at 3. I was gonna say, how did you see Seth Curry score before I did?
I'm 237.
You're at 237.
Yep.
I'm
What
15 minutes.
96, 96 Sixers.
What the hell is going on?
What is going on right now? How are you ahead of me?
Because I'm watching the live cast.
Oh, you fuck.
Yeah, that's what my father says all the time.
You fuck. Damn it. I knew. God damn it.
It's what happens when I'm around. People just get mad.
I had an opportunity to put a live bet in Sixers plus 720, and I didn't do it. God damn it.
96-96, 2-1.
And oh Lord. Okay, I was gonna say if he made that, I would have been like ball game. 2 minutes left, tie game, 96-96. Tyrese Maxey has the ball. There's a foul. What happened?
You touch yourself at night.
Danny wants a review. I don't know what happened. Just saw a Hawks player fall over. Was that
No
her?
foul. He just tripped.
There's no way they're calling that an offensive foul on Danny Green.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that's an offensive foul.
Minute 42.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it looks like he
You're
like
literally-
pushes his chest out, but he's setting
Yeah,
the screen. He's stationary.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. We got double covered on Trae Young. Here we go. And oh wow, they missed it. All right, come on. Come on. They're giving us this game right now. Come on.
119.
Pass it, Max. There you go.
Okay.
109.
Got it. And that how is that not a foul? Joke, for fuck's sake.
Your
Minute
language,
20
young man.
96, 96. Good Lord.
6.
Trae Young with the ball. Woo. How do you not
Everyone's
rebound that?
favorite
There you go.
phrase.
There you go. Seth has the ball. Good shit. Minute 6 left. Minute 6 left. Still tied. Oh,
Nobody wants to
Jesus.
win this game.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Nobody wants to win this game.
Like the Browns and the Ravens.
Fuck. Plus 720, and I missed it. God damn it.
I'm assuming those are good odds.
Very good odds. If I put a 10 spot on there, I would have won $72.
Hot doggo.
Yeah. All right.
This game.
So can the Sixers pull it out? The minute 6.
Who
Can they pull
knows?
it out?
Will Timmy make it out of the well? Find out next.
It's tied right now, Emmanuel. 96-96. With a minute 6 to go.
Who's winning? My depression and anxiety. Thank you for asking.
The anxiety part, absolutely. If the Sixers lose this game, my depression for sure.
It's a toss-up. I feel like they'll both come out ahead. What are you dying?
But
That might be some good ratings.
Right back in it.
minute 6 left.
No, Tom comes back and they're gonna hit like a big 3 or something.
Well, yeah. I mean,
How'd you go?
we missed a big shot before I came back, so
Mm-hmm.
sort of just went out the window.
Yep.
Come on.
All right, so
Maybe we'll make a big 3. That'd be nice. Inbounder's usually the most dangerous, but it's Matisse, so.
yeah. Yeah, Seth. All right, Seth with the ball.
3 seconds.
Minute left. Joe with the ball.
Need it.
Come on, Seth.
Good board.
Ah.
Do it again.
Do it
Yes.
again.
Up 2.
Let's go. Let's go, JoJo. Let's go, JoJo. Let's go, JoJo. Fucking motherfuckers talk about trading them. Morons.
Sure, I'll
Oh,
trade them for a
wow.
prime Shack. There we go.
That's his shot
I missed
too.
plus. God damn it! I missed
The
plus
double
720 on
coming
this.
too,
God damn
That
it.
double was coming. He had to get
Yep.
it off, too.
Yep. It's good recognition.
Skadoop.
Good fade.
Great fade.
How much time is left here?
42 seconds.
Left. 42. Okay.
Need it, boys. Let's go. Come on.
98, 96.
Go!
This is the longest part of a basketball game. The last minute.
It's like
Always feels like it
probably
takes
6
forever.
hours.
Yeah.
Looking for a stop.
Timeouts, a million fouls.
He's the best player on the court. He should always be the closer.
Mhm.
Well, it'd be nice to have a perimeter guy to help you with that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, Tobias would still be running. He'd still be running back to Philly with the ball.
Yeah, right.
Got a handoff. Come on, boys. Need one stop. Need one stop. One stop. One stop. One stop. Here's a tough spot because they got so many guys who can stretch you.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want to play with? You want to play with the poison of the longer shot? Or you want to play
32 seconds.
with the drive to the bucket like this? Turnover. Oh,
D,
he
Danny.
got it back.
Oh.
Walk. Great, Seth. Let's go. Let's go. Great D, boys. Great D, boys. Come on, get a bucket one time. Hey, bucket one time. Slow it down. Slow her down.
I thought Maxie was rolling in hot. I thought he was coming in hot.
Come on, let's get a pick and roll game going. Get in the ball. Get in the ball. Get in the ball. Get in the ball. Oh, now we're not going to get a shot off. Oh, my God. Wow.
2 seconds.
We're going to lose the game now because of that. Because these guys,
Here we go. Trae's got the ball. 3 seconds left. Oh, here we go. Okay. 2.4 left. Don't do this to me.
nobody wanted the basketball. Like, nobody wanted the basketball there.
Don't do this to me.
They weren't even running anything there. Like, Tyree's got to go. You got to go. You can't get the ball.
We're going to lose like that, aren't we?
Can't get the ball up there. Because now you're putting Joe in like a spot where he's got to rush a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
He had it early. And they didn't want to do it.
Oof. Hell of a pass.
Smoke him if you got him.
.4 seconds left. Sixers up 98-96.
Ethan, he was inside. He had him. They were fronting him, and he had it. Come on, guys. Watch it. Watch it. That's not on him. Come on. I'm right with you on certain times with this stuff. Not there. They didn't give it to him when he was fronted. They didn't trust the pass, and then they got themselves caught with their pants down.
Yep.
No pants dance.
Yeah, had him right away, Brown. Had him right away
Yep.
when he was fronted.
Yep.
On John Collins. Get it up over his head, and then let him work. Come on. One stop. They'll probably hit a fucking 3. But one stop.
Wow.
Come on, fam. One stop. Pound the leg for a stop. Hit the
Yes!
Stop. Let's go. Hey, Joe, get fired up.
Big win.
Go.
Big
Let's
win.
go. That's a big win, boys. That's a big win. Big win. Much needed win. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Great defense to close out this basketball game. All right, we can talk about a lot of things. We were talking defensive efficiency. We were talking about this team being 8-2 to start the year together, right? Give them a minute to breathe, okay? And I thought they had some great stops, contested shots, all that down the stretch, right? And in this fourth quarter, they played tremendous defense to come back in this basketball game. Trailing by 9 going into the fourth quarter. This game was good as dead, right? It was dead, right? And then some fight, and your best player playing his best basketball down the stretch, right? He made some big shots here in the fourth quarter, and I thought we played great team defense. Obviously, you're holding the Hawks at home to 96 points. That's tremendous defense. Tremendous defense tonight. Versus them at home.
28-12 from Joe. 4 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal.
There you go. That's not a bad night.
It's a very good night.
It might have been a 7.
All night. I think it was a 7-0 run.
Might be a 7.
Yeah, I believe it was a 7-0 run.
Oh.
I think it was for like 2-3 minutes. think it was a 2-3 minute 7-0 run too, if I remember correctly. Actually, what am I doing? I can rewind my television. So
We're back.
Okay, in a
We're back, TTP. We're back. Get him out of here.
second.
Get him out of here.
Until next game.
Until we're
Get
losing.
him out.
Until we're losing again soon.
Yeah.
But no, really great effort. Really great effort. I mean, you're shorthanded too. Obviously, we can talk a lot of shit on Tobias all we want.
Last turns.
We can talk shit on Tobias plenty. That's fine. But we're still, undermanned on the road.
Yeah.
Team that took us out last year. That to me is a big win. Outscored Atlanta 20-9 in the fourth.
It's huge. Like
The Sixers went on a 7-0 run in the last 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yep. And make sure you
So
check out our boy over on Facebook, fighting Philly. He'll be having a stream go live at 10:30. It's going to be going live on his platform. But we're sharing it to ours. Some e-gaming for the family. A2D, fighting Philly, and I'm sure there's going to be more to really get this game inside going. We had it going back in the day. I still got an A2D gaming like freaking 5-6 years ago. Got it. Sorry, I forget where I was looking. Was it really? Yeah, 20-9 in the fourth. Wow, what a tremendous defensive
That's
performance.
impressive. Yeah.
That's very impressive.
9 points. Yep, John. 9 points
Wow.
in 12 minutes of basketball.
Wow.
That's because we were talking about defensive efficiency. You're welcome.
Yep.
Yep, we're here
yeah,
for
right,
it.
Rob?
I mean, Dan, you give up 35 in the third. Right? You got it was 35-34. We scored 34, they scored 35 in the third.
That's
And
a
you
wake-up
come back
call.
and that's a gutsy one because you only put up 20.
Mhm.
Right? So it's not like you lit the world on fire. You put up 20 and to hold them to 9. That's gutsy. That's toughness. Right? That's easy to quit. We talk about it. You're going down 9 in the fourth in somebody else's building. You haven't playing the best basketball over the last 3 weeks at all by any stretch, right? Not at all. Not even close. So we talk about responding. We talk about the ability to. It's easier to quit. I saw some good toughness tonight that I think you can continue. We can continue to build off of, moving forward. Yeah, I thought that shot was going in too.
I think we all did.
Let's see. The Sixers, let's just do their next 5. Actually, no, let's do their next 6. They go back-to-back against the Hornets on Monday and Wednesday.
Dumb.
And on Thursday, they have the Utah Jazz at home.
Loss.
Then the Warriors come to town on Saturday, the 11th.
Loss.
Then following Monday, December 13th, against the Grizzlies at the Grizzlies.
Dub.
And then Wednesday, you have the Heat coming here. Jimmy Butler returns.
Dub.
It's a tough stretch.
It's a real tough stretch.
You go 3-3, I'll be happy.
I'll take 3-3. I'll gladly take 3-3.
All right.
Yeah, it's hard to know like where they're gonna be at. I guess I'll take 4-2. I'll say tonight springboards them into playing even more consistent basketball. Like somebody said, they closed the game out. And I think that's something to take away from this too. Is that's been a struggle of theirs. Last possession was brutal, but it wasn't necessarily what the design was. It was the execution of the design, right? So it's like you got a guy fronting you. You're a big man. I need my guard to be able to make that pass. And if you're not going to make that pass, you need to go with the basketball then. You can't then give it up to a guy who's not going to take anybody off the dribble. And Danny, it's not fair. So then you put him in a tough spot. Now he's got to make a crazy pass to Embiid, and he's got to get a shot off for 2 seconds. It's not how you need to draw that up. But the play before, they did a good job of getting to Joel with about 7 on the shot clock. Well, now you're giving him time to work. You know what I mean? You're giving him a minute to get to his spot. And that's so important when you're talking about final shots, right? Like, or close out shots. 90% of the time, those shots had to get the guy the ability to get to his spot and work for a second. Like, you're going to get guys who can just jack them up, sure, and make them from anywhere. I get you. But you know what I mean? the majority of like big shots down the stretch come from ISO and guys being able to work for a second. So I thought they did a good job on the possession before, but I mean, listen, you'll anybody not happy with tonight's win, I think you're crazy.
Yeah, you gotta take the small ones when you can get them.
This is bigger than I think this is bigger than saying the small one because of who you're playing,
This is a
right?
huge one.
Yeah, like if you were just playing anybody else, even though Atlanta's record isn't great, but if you were playing anybody else, I would say, okay, good win. You know what I mean? Nothing to go running around about.
Right, I can see that. That actually makes
On the
more sense.
road.
Yeah, and on the road.
Take the big road win then. All right. All right, guys. I'm heading off for the night. My neck's bothering me, so I will see everyone next time. Have a good rest of the show, guys.
All right. Take care,
Later, brother.
All right, Pete.
Have a good night.
Night.
Oh, Lord.
John says 3-3 in that stretch.
3-3. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. 3-3. I'll take 3-3 all day.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's not taking 3-3 at this point. But you got to start playing better basketball than like 500, right? So I mean,
yeah.
I think 4-2 is really where you want to be at. Better than that would be glorious. But I think you're trying at least minimum 4-2.
Yeah.
You said they have back-to-backs with Charlotte?
Back-to-backs with Charlotte. Yep, on Monday and Wednesday.
I feel like if you got to make 4-2 happen, I feel like you got to sweep that.
You have to sweep it. Yep, absolutely.
Because where are those other wings coming from?
No idea.
Yeah, not the Warriors, not Utah.
But where Warriors here?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
I mean,
actually, we always play them well at home too.
Maybe. I mean, but to your guys' point, I mean, you talk about Miami and the Warriors. I mean, they're tougher games than Charlotte, obviously. So
I mean, Miami's missing Bam, so I got that one actually. That one probably is a win that I'm not going to book it, but that's probably one of the ones that I'm more confident down that stretch.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Shit, what was I thinking right before that? Yeah, I mean, to your point that you got to almost sweep that Charlotte back to back. I mean, they're playing on a back to back too, so you almost got to get yourself off to a start of winning both of them. And they're your next two, Jake.
The Charlotte ones, yes. I'll run by the 6 again. It's Charlotte. The 9th, it's going to be Utah at the Sixers. Saturday, December 11th, the Warriors are at the Sixers. Monday, December 13th, the Sixers are at Memphis. And then the last game of the 6-game stretch is Wednesday, December 15th. Miami is in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think you got a good chance of going 4-2 on that.
Yeah.
Because
as long as they sweep the first two, yeah, for sure.
Now, Ja's out for like the foreseeable future, right?
Is he?
I mean,
yeah,
I heard about the injury, but I didn't hear like a timetable.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
So I would assume he's out right now. To your point, for sure, because I don't know how. If they're seeing it, and you're right, Dan. I haven't heard anything about it, but I would assume he's out. And so if Dylan Brooks is coming in by himself and beating you, we got bigger issues.
Yeah.
So that needs to be a game. That needs to be a game we win.
Yeah, absolutely. John Malmo says Utah L, Miami L, Warriors L.
John's, Johnny's out. He's sour on Philly sports, and I hear him. But he probably. I mean, I'm not going to tell him he's wrong about those three teams. I'll just advocate him for the good time. That's what we're here for. Is to say all three games of those are at home. So you're saying you're going 0-3 at home versus them teams? Like I can see you losing to those teams, on a neutral floor in their building, right? Absolutely. But I feel like I feel like one of them you're stealing. Just like you stole one tonight. Like one of them you're stealing. Maybe it's Utah, but you're stealing one of those games. And like Dan, Dan made the point about Bam. Maybe that's a game you're stealing. So either way, yeah, Johnny. I mean, 3-3 is not bad. I mean, at least you're treading water still. But I need to start getting above water a little bit. I'm 12-11 now. I need to start getting above it a little bit. A little 4-2 stretch puts me 3 games above it, right? And then I'm starting to work my way up a tiny bit.
You're right though. Like traditionally we're a good home team. Like this regardless if we're missing, key pieces or not, I feel like Tobias will be back. But we're a good home team. Like our shooters, our I'm not going to say they shoot good at home because, it shouldn't matter where they shoot. But generally speaking, we're a better home team the last few years than we've been a road team. So we should pull out of that at least 2 out of 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think they got to go. Yeah, I think got to go.
Yep.
I absolutely think that you got to go.
Yeah, at worst 3-3 at worst.
Getting to a little bit of what came out today about the front office, Lurie and Jeffrey being split on Jalen Hurts. I'll give you guys my opinion of it, and then we want everybody out there obviously to chime in, give us yours, and then I'm gonna sign off, and you guys can rock and roll it, and people want to come on and chat it up. It's open to come chat it. We tell you this every Friday. Come chat it. I don't have a lot to say on it, so that's why I'm sort of dishing it off in a way because I mean that's expected here with these two. When it comes to quarterbacks, I feel like it's been like this. I don't know why. I know what I think Jeffrey Lurie wants in a quarterback. I don't know if Jalen Hurts is that type of quarterback that Jeffrey wants. And I hear reports that Lurie's the one who wanted to draft him. Okay, well if that's the case, and now he's not what you want, then what? I mean, I'd have to assume that Howie is more team Hurts than Lurie. But I don't know. I don't know who's on what side here. Like you can assume, right? But then you would assume like Howie knows enough to know he needs a quarterback to throw the football, right? So I don't necessarily know if they're split on him. I would more venture to say that they're both they're both lukewarm.
Yeah. And that was basically my takeaway too, right? To where after I read over the article, I kind of just boiled it down to it's just they're not sold on the guy at the end of the day. That's really what it boils down to. And you have, and I feel, what were we saying?
I was saying that they're not they're not committed to him in that way. Like they'll shift in a second.
Yeah, I think they want a proven guy. That's just my opinion based on the fact that obviously I think Jeff is he's in his 70s now or something like that, or he's at least 70. So time's creeping up on him a little bit, but he's not a guy that there's not a lot of time left. So right now, you have the young pieces there, at least offensively. Use the draft picks to build a defense, but I know, and we all know, at the end of the day, Jeff wants a quarterback that can sling it. That's what he wants at the end of the day, and I don't think he's gonna. Not saying he's gonna waste time drafting a rookie, but I think he'd rather get a proven guy in here, whether it be a Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, or even what some of us were talking about this week is getting Derek Carr in here. So that's just my opinion. I think now that they're lukewarm on Jalen Hurts and they're not necessarily sold on him per se, and depending on how this game goes on Sunday against the Jets, whether he plays or not with his ankle injury, and depending on if Gardner Minshew does start and he plays well, then that just adds a whole other layer to the conversation. But
Who do
yeah,
you
getting back.
starting? I'm
I
sorry.
mean, if it was me,
I'm starting to think.
if it was me, because I know there's rumors coming out recently that they're saying his ankle injury is actually worse than
of course, it's
what the Eagles are letting on.
Yeah, ankles are always, in my opinion, right, guys?
Yeah.
Ankles never a good time.
I mean, he's a mobile quarterback too, so
yeah, so that hurts. And he's not the best at throwing from the pocket consistently either. So, but
if he can't run,
you still have a chance. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking me, he's us three. All right.
Yeah,
not good.
Exactly.
I mean,
but
honestly, I feel. I'm sorry, Jake. Gotta finish.
No, you're good. You're good. Just real quick. You still have a chance to make a wild card, and again, will they? Probably not. At least in my opinion, that could they? Sure, but they're still in the race. So, at least in my opinion, I would play Minshew on Sunday. It's a lesser opponent, but again, we said the same thing about the Giants, and look what happened. But I would keep my starter healthy because you have the bye week next week as well. So give Jalen Hurts 2 weeks to heal, get his ankle straight, and then you have Minshew step in on Sunday. That's just my opinion. That's how I see it going. Or at least that's how I want it to go anyway. But if Minshew plays well, then we have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a conversation.
Yeah,
go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
You're good. I mean, personally, like with this whole article, I think we've got bigger issues. Now I don't trust Howie, as far as I can kick him.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're letting our franchise ride on the views of an owner, we realize where this is going, right?
Mm-hmm.
We see what this has done for another organization, that's a rival.
Mm-hmm.
I just it boggles my mind how we've had football people come in and out of this organization. Some that I feel like you probably could have, kept on, just giving you a little ear, whether they're feeding you what kind of information you want. I know they brought Joe Douglas in a couple years ago. We clearly see what that's doing for the Jets. It's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna act like he was a huge loss or whatever. But to kind of like not act like I'm not concerned about our owner seeming like he's probably at the end of the day, because he is the owner of the organization. If he likes this guy that much, which it may be true, may not be true. My point of view on the whole situation is if Russell Wilson's out there and you can get him from Seattle, let's say for one of our number ones and whatever else they want, that doesn't include another number one or number two pick, you get it done, because I don't really see much offensively that they're missing out on, other than probably a number two wide receiver for next year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just like I said, it's disheartening, and it's a little concerning that whether this report is true or not, that this is what this guy's thinking from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and the thing is too, right? We all know from Howie's tenure and Jeff's tenures that they always want to be front page news, right? They always want to be center of attention, the main focus. They want to make a big splash in the off season. So if Russell Wilson does become available, I think they're right in the driver's seat. I mean, they have 3 first-round soon to be 3 first-round picks after Wentz plays on Sunday. That's another good thing. But yeah, I think it does happen. And I've seen people on social media been like, "Oh, Russell's washed up. He's not good anymore." Well, the thing is too, Russell's still hurt. He's not 100%. Yeah, coming off that hand injury. And I think he has a couple other things going on too. And what people don't understand too is that his offensive line stinks in Seattle. His offensive line stinks.
He had issues during the off season too. He was another one.
He wanted out then, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't putting it out there like Rodgers was to an extent, but he made it known that he wasn't happy.
Yeah, because his agent released the list of the top 4 teams that he wanted to go to, which was Dallas, the Bears, I think the Raiders too. I forget the last team, but anyway, yeah, he's been wanting to get out of there for a while. So
yeah, you can sort of see the writing on the wall there a little bit.
Yeah,
as things around them have gotten a little worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, decent. Listen, I mean, definitely would make your team better. I don't know if it'll be Russell Wilson, but I would venture to guess if this team doesn't make the playoffs and Jalen doesn't throw the football enough that they're going to look for somebody who can.
Yep.
And I don't know who that name's going to be, but there's guys that you can get, and they will get somebody. There will be somebody else in here. If that's a veteran, if that's a top 12 quarterback considered in the league, 15, so somebody will be in here that can throw the football. Yep. That's just what I believe. And that might even be a first round pick. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't have the answer to that. But what I do have the answer to is it wouldn't be this guy. And remember, we talk about trading picks. Well, in reality, you're trading the quarterback too. So there's going to be some value there to certain teams, which then can help you not give up as many picks. So you sort of have that as well. So we'll see how that plays out. But right now it's about, hey, can we go figure out a way to win a football game Sunday?
Yep.
And who starts? I mean, I guess it's trending towards the other guy.
Yeah.
It's trending towards Minshew, and I would think that they think they can win this game without Jalen in their heads. And get him right for the stretch run. But if this guy comes out and throws for 300 plus and they win and they win convincingly, they're going to have an issue here.
Did you guys watch Thursday and watch Dallas's offense? So I've been thinking about this for the last couple of weeks. Now, I know, was it the week prior? Was it the last 2 prior weeks that Amari Cooper didn't play? Or was it just last week?
Yes. No, it was the last 2 weeks. Yep.
So even prior to that, I might sound crazy. I feel like their offense is regressing. Not just Dak, but I feel like their offense in general. Zeke, obviously, he's getting older. He's a running back or whatever. But I'm watching their offense on a weekly basis, and I know they're like putting up points technically. Like they put up 27 against the Saints, but watching them from what they were, I guess the last couple of years prior to Dak's injury last year and stuff like that, I feel like in some ways they're regressing.
Yeah,
maybe it's a hot take. I mean,
no, it's not.
No, it's not a hot take at all.
They haven't looked as good.
I mean, at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the year, they were burning everything down.
Yeah,
their offense was red hot. But again, this happens every year, right? Where they get hot, they have momentum, and then they kind of stagnate or decline, as you're alluding to. They popped their cherry too early. I said it a couple of weeks ago. They came in too hot too early. Now, again, I'm not saying they can't get that back because they surely can. They have the weapons too. But Dak hasn't looked that good either.
No.
That's the other thing. Their defense is a shell of what it was at the beginning of the year. Now, Trayvon Diggs is looking good. But again, they played the Saints. So who were the Saints? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like on both sides of the football, including their offense, their defense hasn't been nearly as effective.
Yeah, Dak's Dak, right, Jimmy?
No, he doesn't stink.
I don't want to say he stinks. I don't know where he's at. Sometimes he looks great, and he has weeks where it's like, who's this guy?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But listen, I think it's not a hot take. I think we win this football game because we should. But it's going to be interesting to see who plays quarterback.
Another guy that doesn't turn the football over.
Don't let it be Minshew. Do not let it be Minshew. I mean, for us to talk about it, I guess, but
Listen, I can already see it now. They're gonna have Jalen sit, have him rest 2 weeks, get the ankle all straight, get him rehabbed and that whole thing, and then Minshew's just gonna go off. Minshew's gonna throw 300. Devontae Smith is gonna have over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Devontae's gonna look great. Dallas Goedert's gonna get the ball. It's he'll throw the ball to 6 different receivers, and it's just gonna be the whole thing. You're like, look, wow, he's actually spreading the ball around. Look at him.
I'll leave you guys with this. And Jake, you're 100%. Sorry, I'm gonna read something.
There you go.
Okay, so on Wikipedia, Atlanta Hawks, right? Blah, 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 American professional basketball team, all that jazz, right? The team plays its home games at State Farm Arena. They are currently owned by Joel Embiid, who is also the father of Trae Young. thought that was good. Thought you guys would.
I love Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's a great time. But listen, the one more thing. I mean, great win tonight, and I don't use great too often. But that's a great one. And the last thing I'll leave you guys with, and then fucking enjoy yourselves, is Jake, you're 100% right. If he plays, he's going to spin it, and guys are going to get involved. And my goodness, next week will be insane here in Philadelphia if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
If this comes to fruition, that would be the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life, because it's going to be, everybody's going to be calling for him, because the offense is going to at least run, right?
Yep.
So
they're going to have T-shirts at the link in the parking lot next weekend.
We have Minshew T-shirts ready to go. Like I said, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Dan, Jake,
All
later,
right.
boys.
Have a good night.
Family, later.
Yeah, but it's the whole thing, right? Like, it's that whole, like, not like I want it to happen. Like, I mean, I want it to happen because it gives us something to talk about, but it's just going to be such a roller coaster.
You know what's
then
coming.
You're going to have absolutely. I can see it on the wall. The writing's on the wall. You don't know who the Jets quarterback is, for one. I think Zach Wilson's hurt again. So
Flacco.
I don't know if he's. If Flacco plays, I think we might lose. I'm just saying. If Flacco plays, I think we're losing. Because that goes to a whole nother thing. Him and Tom went to high school together. It's the whole thing. He was here. He knows the Eagles offense, so he can help the Jets, and then he'll start playing and dissecting our defense. And it's God, I hate it here. Real quick. What's up, Todd?
What up, fam? What up,
What's
fam?
He comes in shaking his head.
Yeah, he's like, God damn it.
Because, man, I already been, that's what I'm saying, Jake. You're my brother from another mother. The yin to my yang, the balance. Because, like you said, here we go. And this is where I'm just starting with, and I'm glad this article came out because it starts with the top. Okay, The bottom line is Lurie's the owner. He's truly the final say so. Beneath him, you have a GM, vice president, whatever his little moniker is or title. He is always going to do whatever it takes first to save his job. Okay, it's not what he's going to do for the team. It's about saving his job. And we're talking about, since we won the Super Bowl, all we have ever talked about from off season, during the season, off season, during season is quarterbacks. I am so ran into the ground about quarterbacks because it's like we're extremely fickle and we don't know what the fuck we want. It's like I know that we're intelligent, we know our football, but hot damn, we're human beings, people. I'm just watching this fucking Oregon game. I was just seeing the quarterback. He was running outside. You don't throw, like, when you're running out of bounds, throwing across your body. Yeah, you don't make those kind of throws. But
Yeah.
hey, he's a hero. He's amazing. Why would you throw that? Because you know you're not supposed to do that. If he makes a completion, he's doomed. Like he got an interception. That's where you repay. You know.
Yep.
And I always look at the whole team. That Giants game, that everybody's body language. I mean, they might seem like they was ready to play, but they wasn't ready. And I'm talking about all around. And yes, Jalen Hurts had a terrible fucking game. I'm not taking that like this, you know, I'm not, he ain't getting no off the leash that easy on me. But I'm hearing, like, I haven't read the article, but I'm hearing that yes, Lurie is willing to let Jalen Hurts develop. Here is Howie Roseman wants to save his job to try to bring in a veteran. But I'm like, ask yourself this: if you're willing to give up first round capital, because I don't care what veteran quarterback, unless they are going to be completely a free agent, is going to take a first round pick, and you know you're going to have to use. You know, everybody said we're going to have money. Well, guess what? Whatever franchise quarterback you bring in is going to take a chunk of that money. And you still got so many fucking holes on this team. And it's going to get even worse when we hit off season because it's going to have a lot of free agents. So my question is like, okay, Russell Wilson, I love how we say he's a franchise guy. But he's a franchise guy for somebody else. You bring him in, and I'm like, how many years do y'all consider a franchise guy? Because I don't consider 4 years a franchise guy. That's like a rookie trying to make it to his next contract.
Yeah, yep.
A franchise guy for our perspective needs to be, well, for mine anyway, is 7 years. That means he went past his rookie year. He was able to get the new contract and still was able to produce.
Yep.
I'm looking at this coaching staff. Everybody's a rookie this year. We talking about rookie staff because I'm like, why is the coach not having an audibles told to Jalen Hurts, hey, if they blitz, because they did that corner blitz at least 5 fucking times in that game. Where's the screenplay at? Give him that check down. Don't have a play called to where he has to hold on to the ball and you see him blitzing coming off the edges. That's stupid. Coach him up to tell him, hey, we seen that blitz one time. If you see it a second time, go for the check down. If you see him approach up on the line, hey, if they stop that check down, they stop it, but we got to get the ball out of your hands. Yep. Like, that's what I'm saying. And also, we always nitpicking about Jalen Hurts' inability to throw the pass or how inaccurate he is, but we got to look at it. He got 9 drop touchdown passes this season. 9. Like, you give him those touchdown passes. I
mean,
like
he did have 3 drops, I will say, in the If you talk about
come on. I mean, sometimes you, and I'm like, okay, didn't we see Lamar Jackson throw the same amount of interceptions? But you know why they're not talking about Lamar Jackson's interception? He got the dub.
Yeah. Well, again,
I mean, I don't want my quarterback compared to Lamar Jackson either.
Yeah, I don't.
But I'm not comparing that either because
I think they are similar though.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like and that's my point. But you see one team that's willing to live and die by it and stick with him and try to help him develop, get him wide receivers, get him a strong offensive line. Still keep working with him while we're always ready to, hey, well, he ain't doing it this season. I mean, I'm sorry, 4 games of his rookie season, that is like the appetizer at a banquet. Yeah. You know, where people going around with a serving tray where you grab it and you know you're not going to get a meal. Now we're getting a meal and we're like, oh, this is disgusting. I'm like, did anybody cook Thanksgiving or did everybody just go to somebody's house? Because if you're still going to grandma's or your mom's house for Thanksgiving, then you have no idea what it takes to make a Thanksgiving dinner. It takes preparation. You got to get the groceries. You got to make sure all the dishes are cooked right. That's what you got to do as a development. I'm so tired of hearing, well, we need to let him develop, see what we got. Is like, but we're so rushed to go ahead and let's go get a proven guy.
So
when you talking about, oh, go ahead.
Just real quick, let me ask you a question. So, Todd, what in terms of regardless of if it's a small sample size or not, because at this point I'm pretty sure it's been close to, if not almost a full season. If we're going back to like last year, what have you seen arm ability wise? I'm not talking like what he does with his feet, because it is good. Now it's not the level. It's not to the level as Lamar, which if I'm going to have my quarterback do that, I want it to be like elite. What have you seen? What have you seen from him as far as arm ability that is enough to say we don't need to upgrade next season?
Well, to use Lamar, it's like Lamar is in that Michael Vick kind of category. Their arm strength is ridiculous. It's like you see the flick of the wrist and that ball is like just going 60, but it's still kind of inaccurate. But what I've seen where it's once he's in a rhythm, that's the thing. He's at that point where he still is developing to where he needs that rhythm. He needs those little dink and dunks to just get comfortable, kind of get the game speed of his wide receivers. That's because I see him where like that Quez Watkins where he threw like where it became double coverage. It's like when Quez Watkins, when he's looking down and he sees him even, instead of just ripping it, he's holding it because he's not trusting it. He's still not trusting what he sees. And he's also scared about and when he finally let it go, but it was too late. You'd already done locked in. And that's the problem. Sometimes you get that tunnel vision, and where while you're playing, it might seem like it's not that long. But where we watching, it's like, why are you like you see him just lock on? It's like he's not anticipating the throw or the wide receiver to get open. He's trying to see if he's got that little lead or got that little bit of space so he can feel comfortable and he can kind of judge how he can throw it. Like that takes time, is how to judge, okay, how much do I need to put on the ball? How much do I need to take off? Now, granted, yes, he has thrown some balls there, some ducks, or just fell short. I'm not gonna, say that he, has been pinpoint. Yeah, it's been a lot, but that's the thing about him though. Right now, you have to call plays to get him in that rhythm. Once he gets in that rhythm where we say he's like, I'll just throw a number 7 for 7 on a drive, or just, from a continuous drive, it at least gives him confidence that, hey, I can make these throws. I'm seeing what I need. I'm seeing the windows. But when you just come out there and not really have that balanced attack, because that's what he needs. I mean, you look at the scariest team in the NFL, which is the New England Patriots, with a rookie quarterback. Yes, Mac Jones can sling it, but at the same time, Bill Belichick isn't just rushing them and saying, hey, I need you to
pocket quarterback though too.
Yeah, I mean, he's more of a pocket, but guess what? Bill Belichick is still keeping that balance. He's still giving him that run. He's still doing what the Patriots way, dink and dunk. Always look for that open. If the wide receivers are not open, just take the check down.
I would have agreed with you with that, Todd, if it was like 5-6 weeks ago. And this is where I was defending Jalen. I was defending Jalen like 5 or 6 weeks ago, prior to them changing it up, and now they're like the leading rushing team in the NFL or whatever it is. And I was expecting, after the first game of seeing them do that, and then prior to them following up and keeping doing this, I was like, all right, maybe this will get Jalen into more of a groove. We can get play action off because, they'll actually,
exactly
bite on it a little bit more. And just, not seeing it as frequently as, we should be seeing it. It's a play calling thing. I agree.
It's that's what I'm saying. It's all around. It's between coaching too. It's because when we go into that Giants game, that's what I'm saying. We was so convinced, and even but I was like, I feel as though we can win big, but it's still a divisional game, and in my eyes, it was taken lightly, but that's why I look at it from coaching and even Howie, because you don't just all of a sudden make Jalen Reagor like your primary number one. Like it did not make any sense. Why is he become the first read? You know, that was just mind-boggling.
Yeah, I think he had more targets than
Devontae Smith,
sure,
yes.
Jake, I'm pretty sure you sent it to me. He had more targets than Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert combined.
It was Jalen.
But that's all.
He had 7, and then Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith combined for 7. So that's an issue.
Yeah.
But that's why I say when you talking about playing football in 11 team operation, you can't it's nice to have that number one wide receiver. And then you have a good solid tight end. But here's the thing, where you take both of those away, which they did. They they bracket Dallas Goedert because he's got to come off the line. So you got the linebacker and you also have one of your safeties just umbrellaing him. And then you do the same.
You're talking about for the game, or are you talking about the last play of the game?
No, for the game.
Okay.
For the game, I
thought you were saying that the whole Devontae Smith wasn't open on the last throw.
No. I mean, he was, and which if you and that's why I said I'm not going to take Jalen Hurts, off the hook, because it wasn't even really of a tight window. But if you put a little zip on that ball, get it to him, he got the opportunity to either try to run it in for a touchdown or go out of bounds. So we
don't even know either. Like, that could have been, to going back to the coaching thing, the read there, the call could have been to Reagor, regardless of if Devontae Smith was open. But the fact of the matter is, when you look at the replay, the ball should have went to Devontae Smith.
I mean, it does look bad, but it's one of those plays because it was a cover 2. If you look at the defensive standpoint. So McKinney, once he saw Devontae, he kind of shifted down, which allowed Reagor to get open. So that's what I'm saying. It's one of those, Devontae was open for that split second. If you see that, you got to hit it. But at the end of the day, he made the throw that hit the wide receiver in the hands. Okay, exactly. He can't catch the ball either. That's why I'm like, you had he had a shitty game, but at least he put the ball where it needed to be and for an opportunity to score.
To win the game.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying, because we all know quarterbacks can have a bad day. We saw Tom Brady throwing interceptions to the Redskins. And he bounced right back. So I'm like, it's a give and take, because I'm like, as a quarterback, you can't throw it and catch it yourself, man. Yeah. And as much as we trying to, talking about Jalen Hurts in his second season, I'm looking at Reagor. This is his second season. And what has he done? I'm at the point, put it.
He can go.
I might put his ass on the bench. Put his ass on the bench. I mean, right now, it's sad to say, I'd rather have JJ Arcega-Whiteside out there, because at least he'll catch something.
I mean, the last 2 weeks he's done something.
Right now,
Exactly. But I'm like, we got John Hightower. We got a little glimpse of him. We know he's a burner. I mean, he's off and on with the catches too. But we got to know Greg Ward used to be sure-handed, but we kept him on the bench. But then we'll put him out there. I'm like, that motherfucker hasn't caught. He's just now getting in the game. Of course, he's going to drop it.
I haven't seen him for weeks. I'm glad you said
exactly.
That. Yeah, I haven't seen him for weeks.
Think about it. He was our Jason Avant. He's our only veteran wide receiver, and he's not even in the slot. Come on, that's where he was making his hay. And then he actually Jalen Hurts was more comfortable out of all the wide receivers that we have. He's probably the most comfortable he was with Greg Ward. If you think about it, you talking about that Green Bay game, from all those further games, he just knew where Greg Ward was going to be. He knew how he ran his routes, and he put the ball where it needed to be.
But you take that, but he gets the job done.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what sometimes you got to look at it when you're talking about developing a quarterback. What we always say, a tight end and a strong running game is a rookie quarterback's best friend. Well, we've been winning games with a strong running game. He got the ball to when we had Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert, he got the ball to the tight ends. So that's why I go right back to coaching. Tyrese Jackson, we saw him tearing up the damn offseason. Where has he been? Preseason. Where has he been?
And he was hurt. He was hurt.
Well, he was hurt, but he's back now.
He's been getting a couple snaps here and there, but
I'm
tough
just
to
like
get him playing time when you pay Dallas Goedert as much as you paid him. But real quick, here's the thing with the whole Jalen Hurts situation, and my personal opinion, I think the whole Jalen Hurts chapter for the Philadelphia Eagles will come to an end on Sunday, and here's why. If you look at the oh my God, why am I forgetting his name now? The guy from Philly Inquirer. Oh my God.
Jeff
McLane.
Jeff
McLane. If you look back last year, right, to when Carson Wentz was struggling and that whole thing, you saw the reports come out from Jeff McLane saying like Carson's a bad teammate, so on and so forth. And like as he struggled, you saw the reports piling and piling and piling. But look at the timing of this though. After Jalen Hurts' arguably worst game of his career, this article comes out saying that Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman aren't necessarily sold on Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts is a guy that Jeffrey Lurie wanted. And that's the guy who he batted for. So my thing is, if Gardner Minshew, hypothetically, hypothetical, if Jalen Hurts isn't able to go on Sunday with the ankle injury, which I understand you have a position to make the wild card and that whole thing, okay, that's fine. You give him 2 weeks rest and maybe bring him back, depending on how Gardner Minshew does. Now, theoretically, I know me and Dan touched on this earlier. If Gardner Minshew balls out, and obviously I understand it's the Jets, but still, if he balls out, say theoretically 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, he just balls out, I just don't see how the organization justifies bringing Jalen Hurts back, just because of the fact that we know Jeffrey Lurie loves to throw the ball, he loves to spin it, and we know Jalen Hurts can throw it, but not on a consistent basis. To where Gardner Minshew, he's more of a thrower than he is a runner. He'll still run for you, but not as much as Jalen Hurts would run.
Okay,
that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, and I'll trust me, I hear you. Now, how long Gardner Minshew's been in the league?
This would be his 4th year, right? His
fourth year. So, and then wasn't he he got labeled the starter down in Jacksonville too?
Yeah, after Nick Foles.
Because Nick Foles got hurt.
Yeah, so he has more experience than Hurts. So if he started and really threw, that's not a surprise to me. Because guess what? Remember a guy named Kevin Cobb who had 2 back-to-back 300-yard games, and we all dubbed him as a franchise guy. And the very first goddamn where his first start, he got knocked the fuck out. Even when, hell, we got a good-ass draft pick out of his ass. He went down to Arizona, but guess what? He got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of a different situation, though.
But no, I'm just.
I get where you're coming.
Yeah, I do.
But
I do too. Because I'm not. The reason why Gardner Minshew's over here, because he wasn't the franchise guy down in Jacksonville. I know he's not going to be the franchise guy, but I can't just buy a guy coming in, can throw for 300 and just automatically say, well, Jalen Hurts is not the guy. That's not how you develop.
So I've been wanting to say this, and I was actually meaning it to bring it up earlier when Tom was still on. I've actually felt like this probably since like week 2 or week 3 of the season. After hearing a lot of the stuff with Russell Wilson, I really feel like Howie has had this plan the entire time, not with the thoughts of knowing that Russell Wilson was going to be available, but we all know that was the guy they wanted the year of when he was drafted. They wanted him.
Yep.
They had him
Yeah.
locked, and he went before they expected. So I'm really at the belief that regardless of the situation, I don't care about the article that came out, whatever. At the end of the day, like I said, if we're listening to our owner in terms of a quarterback, regardless of anybody's beliefs, we know which way this is going to go. Like I'm not trusting my faith in an owner, regardless of how bad Howie has been with certain situations. But I honestly feel like this has kind of just been Howie's goal the entire time was, all right, well, we're gonna offload Carson, and we'll keep Hurts, in the intermediate time, and roll with them and see how it goes. And I mean, why does he collaborate and get all these picks? It's honestly, I know you're like, that's how you build a team. Like, you build through the draft, obviously. But it's kind of eerie to me that this is all just kind of planning and working out a lot more than anybody anticipated.
Oh, trust me, it's scary. It's scary too, Dan. I mean, I see the Sons of Anarchy, so I know I can trust you. You know what I'm saying? But and then this, and that's why it's like, because we know this is a pivotal point where this franchise is going to go. And for me, okay, Russell Wilson is 36 years old. Or 35. I
think it's 30. Too. Yeah, he's around. I think he's 34, but yeah, give or take.
But so okay, yes, he was that franchise guy for Seattle. And to truly be honest, and that's why I'm like, people are blinded by what Tom Brady is doing. How long are you going to squeeze the juice out of Russell Wilson, and how much you think you're going to get? Because if you're going to say, because for me, I only see a solid 4 and this is, because of the way he plays, a solid 4 years. Are you telling me the way this team is constructed now, and to bring in Russell Wilson, knowing you're going to give up assets, knowing that you're going to the defense is going to have so many, like, you're going to have so many holes, and you mean to tell me you about to bring in a franchise guy and I'm like, you got to look, if you're going to do this, you got to think automatically Super Bowl. When Denver got Peyton Manning, they knew they had the team. Like,
so, but you said
just
by the way
needed to
he
replace that guy.
You said by the way he plays, you don't think he could be a pocket quarterback?
He can be, but he still depends on his legs.
Oh, no doubt. I don't disagree.
And that's where it can be scary, because we're now seeing those hits, all the running that he's been doing, is starting to catch up to him. And I'm not saying he can't do it, because he has shown he can do it, because guess what? The Seattle Seahawks actually developed him. He wouldn't be the player today if he would have actually developed, because guess what? He went in the 3rd round for a reason.
What's up, fellas? Jimmy.
What's happening, man?
Here.
What's up, Jimmy?
I just heard you guys talking about this whole situation, and I just wanted to chime in. I think this organization is in complete shambles, and it does start at the top. I agree with everybody. And I just think we're arguing over the wrong reason. I think we could all agree that Jalen Hurts is struggling right now. The main reason why we lost on Sunday was because of the 3 interceptions, 2 of them inside the red zone. Leaving at least 6 points on the board in that game is just horrible. And all 3 of the interceptions were in double or triple coverage. That's just inexcusable. The last guy that was here, we would be having him out on a stick and throwing him out of town. It's just, and that's just my 2 cents from all of it.
Right on the money.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. When we had Carson Wentz, we all freaking, we love what he did that sophomore year. But as you saw, that's what I'm saying. Look at the coaching staff. That's why I harp on coaching so badly for young quarterbacks. You talking about, you have Frank Wright, Doug Peterson, and John D. Filippo. All the way to even that sophomore year, he had all of them. Then that following year, Filippo's gone. Frank Wright is gone. Doug Peterson is the head coach. He can't really be as hands-on with Carson as, he has to be with everybody in the team. And you saw his, he just went into that slump. Like, he was just throwing radically, trying to make everything happen.
But at
And I'm
some
looking-
point,
Jalen
these
has a
guys
quick-
gotta. At some point, like, and that's I semi agree with that with Carson, but at some point, like, you can't just rely on these. Like, you're not going to have a slew of coaches that are just top notch because, like we see, when the Eagles had a good year, of course they're going to pry these guys and they're going to go off to other organizations and stuff like that. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
But it's just when you still don't, you got to bring in the same guys that, like Doug Filippo, like we heard how Filippo coached Carson hard
But
as
Jalen's-
quarterback. Like he
they
like to
brought
the point he hated him.
the quarterback coach that we have right now is Jalen Hurts' high school quarterback and basically like an uncle to him. So we can't really blame the offensive coaching right now. And then when you want to talk about Sirianni, he's running the ball at a near 70% rate.
yeah,
It comes down to just making the basic throws. And I'm not saying I want to give up on Hurts right now. But it comes to a point in time where we're going to be wasting Devontae Smith earlier on in his career on a rookie contract. And then we're going to have to pay him when the production is low because there's hard quarterback play.
That's a good.
I mean, that's why I'm on the fence about just keeping him. I want to keep him for 1 year because at least you have a whole game tape of all of his mistakes. It's not just for other teams that could scheme. You can actually sit down with him during the offseason and pinpoint everything that he's doing wrong. You can show him like how many times it can affect you staring down a wide receiver. Not seeing just going with that check down, going 1, 2, 3, nothing's open, check down. Just to help speed up his mentality. Because sometimes you have to really see your pattern of mistakes.
The only rebuttal I have to that is he's been doing this since Alabama, and that's why he had to transfer to Oklahoma. Like, it's been the same problem for 5 years now. Like I don't know if and I love Jalen Hurts. I love what he can do with his legs. I love it. He drops 80 rushing yards a game, and the opposing teams know that he's going to be running the football, and he could still run the ball for 80 yards a game. I love that. But when you're dropping 7 points in a must-win game against a divisional opponent, and then you give the ball to the other team 4 times, and they still only score 13 points, they're almost asking you to win the football game. And I know that Jalen Reagor dropped the ball twice. It's horrible, but it shouldn't have come to that because Devontae Smith was wide open going across the middle. And I know you guys were on that. Wide open going across the middle of the field.
And we know that, but guess what? We can't see. That's my point. You can't just say Devontae Smith was open, but he threw a ball hitting another wide receiver in the hands. Like that's what those wide receivers get.
But like he just said, it wouldn't have been to that point if he didn't have the turnovers. Like the defense showed out. Like at the end of the day, regardless of what you want to say.
Yeah, they turned it up.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
With the turnovers, I mean, it doesn't come down to that. Is as simple as that. Because I think like the one turnover was at the end of the half, which honestly I would have just took. I mean, he had one shot to the end zone, so it should have been a quick shot right to the end zone. He drugged the play out, which is another.
Trying to make the play.
Right, but that's another problem that I and this is going to drag out, but this is another problem that I have with him. He's got like the happy feet situation in the pocket with not letting plays develop. It's got to stop. Like we're not going to like quarterback play is never going to it's never going to elevate in that situation. It's just not.
And that's why we go back and forth, but I'm just looking at a guy that is those little inklings of potential. And is it worth giving up so much capital? That's where it's always coming. That's why I'm saying we're at that franchise point where, okay, if you go get that veteran quarterback, and the only veteran quarterback I see is Deshaun Watson, because at least I know, okay, he's in his 20s. I'm going to get at least 7 years. He is a proven commodity. I know what I'm getting. It's just the allegations. But to go get an old ass fucking quarterback, I'm sorry to say that for Russell Wilson or Derek Carr, but I'm like, how long were we gonna if we're gonna talk about franchise guy? How long do you see us having them? Because you give me 4, if we only gonna get 4 years and we don't win a Super Bowl, what was it worth?
Well, I think how old's Derek Carr? 30? 31?
30. I think
Yeah.
he's turning 30. Hold on, I'll double check. I think he's 30.
20s. And if you
Okay, so I put him like he's viable. Like we got him.
Play to 40. Honestly, like you can call me fucking crazy, but Russell Wilson could play till 40.
Russell Wilson,
like you gave me the whole.
Aaron Rodgers, they all got 6 years left.
Absolutely.
They both have at least 6 years left of good
Y'all
football.
okay? So y'all going with the 6 years? Okay.
Especially with our offensive line right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing, and I said that to Dan earlier, right? To where if you look at Russell's not 100%, and anyone with eyes can tell you he's not 100%. And we've known since last year he doesn't want to be in Seattle anymore. His agent put out a list, for Christ's sake, saying for places that Russell Wilson wanted to go. His agent didn't put it out there. Russell Wilson had to sign off on that because it's his agent. But it's just.
I mean, I would love to get 6 years. I really hope if we get if the deal gets done. I mean, I really pray that we get 6.
You put Russell Wilson behind this offensive line and get him another wide receiver to complement Devontae Smith. It's over. I don't care what anybody
And then
says.
you
can say what you want. It's over.
You would have 2 first-round picks this year. You would lose your first-round pick next year. And you would have a second round where you could literally just draft all defense. Like Jake just said, you sign like an Allen Robinson or a DJ Chark. You're looking at an NFC East contender, and you're looking at possibly making a run for the NFC Championship game in the first.
And I hope so, because it's like you talking about with Howie. He's so focused on getting Russell Wilson that's what scares me. It's like how much he's willing to give to go get Russell.
All right, look at it this way. Let's say that Russell Wilson, and this is just hypothetical, Russell Wilson starts week 1 for us this year, and he doesn't have that crazy finger injury or whatever. What do you think our record is?
Oh, we're at least 8-2. At least 8-2. Actually, no, we're 13, so 13 weeks.
Yeah, if it's the same schedule, I would.
I'm saying 7-5 or 8-4.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'll give you 7-5. I will give you 7-5.
8-4.
Well, I think possibly 8-4 because you don't get blown out like that against the Cowboys. Because if we remember that 49ers and Cowboys game, horrible game altogether for the team, and it started.
We win those. Yeah, we at least win those 2.
Yeah.
Definitely win the 49ers game for sure. We definitely win the Niners game.
And then we're not losing to the Giants last week. So that's at least 3 wins.
No.
And I mean, regardless of what he is in terms of him being a Pro Bowl elite quarterback, we're going to go back to age. He is 34 years old. So it's not going to be a multiple first-round pick package. It's probably going to be a first. You'll probably have to give up Hurts. I mean,
what would y'all give up? Like, truly, what would you? Okay,
I'll give up Hurts. I'll give up a first, and I'll give up. I don't know, a third or a fourth.
I would give up.
It depends. It depends too, because he's been struggling since he's come back from injury. So if that continues, I think that just brings his price lower and lower because GMs can use the argument to where he's like, yeah, he's older, but look what he's done, blah blah blah. But Jake, it's tough. So for me, I would give. Now again, it depends on if they do this, but I can see Seattle, the 1-2 this year. So
no.
If I can get away with it, I'll do a first this year, a first next year, and I'll give them Jalen Hurts.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, Jake.
I'll do that.
Okay, that one I can live with that kind of trade. It's like
I do it in a second.
I know everybody's willing to like have especially in the sports media. It was like, oh, I'll give up both of those first round picks this year to go get Russ. I'm like,
I don't even think it takes two ones, honestly. Even if it doesn't, then next year, I don't think it takes that much.
If it doesn't take that much, then yeah. If it takes just one first, I don't give a shit what else we're giving up.
I mean, you're gonna have to give up more than that. I'm just saying, like, I don't think it. Well, yeah, I think it's gonna cost you 2 ones because of his age.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's where I'm going, like, because you know how Seattle done screw the pooch on their damn draft picks. I mean they're hungry to get some first rounds back because they just gave them away like candy and they look like straight up dumbasses now. And so Russell Wilson trying to dangle him out there, they're going to try to maximize the value because you got to remember we're not the only team that's going to be competing because you got the damn Giants right up the turnpike. They're willing to jump in on the Russell Wilson sweepstakes, and I mean, if Dave Gettleman's trying to keep his job just like Howie, I'm scared what he might throw out there.
They got 2 picks too.
They have
exactly. He might be willing to give up those 2 picks and a first next year to bring in Russell. So I mean,
sure.
Are we gonna join in on that bet match and wind up really screwing picks just to bring in one guy? That's how it's like. How far y'all willing to go? How far y'all willing to go to bring in this guy? Because that's where it's gonna come down to. Because everybody's gonna be in that sweepstakes. Like, what's the okay? I'll met with the Giants if they willing to give up both of those 2 first rounders and a first round next year with Daniel Jones. How are you going to top that?
I just don't think they'll do it. I know that the talks are real for the Giants, but I don't think they'll be able to afford to pay him with all the free agent money that they have spent over the last 3 years.
Trust me, when it comes to a franchise quarterback, you know how teams are willing to cut bait with everybody just to bring in a guy.
They're going to have to get rid of their contracts, though.
What's their cap situation?
Yeah, no, our cap. I know it's crazy because of everything coming off the books. Can you pull that up?
I think it's at least like $80 million.
We're going to have a lot of money this year.
Yeah, like my thing is,
it's going to be a solid $50 million.
So Todd, here's my thing. Like we can bring in Wilson via trade. We can bring in a number 2 wide receiver who, I mean, pick the slew of whoever's ever out there. I feel like if you bring Wilson in, it's only going to attract more guys to come in here to play with Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and all these other guys. And you still got money left over to play around with defense. I mean, shit, whatever else you want to put money on.
When it comes to free agency. When it comes to free agency, I don't, because I'm seeing what I'm trying to pretty much from our past mistakes where after we won that Super Bowl, we kept, just dipping into that free agency pool and always getting these, older veterans. If we're going to dip into the free agency, I at least want to get a maximum of 5 to 6 years out of a guy, especially when you're paying them. Besides getting the production, and we also know when it's contract years for free agency, that last year is always, was it truly a 4-year production, or was it just knowing it's your last year and so you went all out?
So if you had to pick from any of the wideouts that are available, who would you target? Because there's a slew of them out there.
Dude,
I know DJ Shark. I love DJ Shark. I think that he would be a great compliment because I mean, as we see, our Jalen Reagor is supposed to be our Tyreek Hill, and he ain't nowhere near that.
Now, are you guys going based off of value, like what we're gonna have to pay these guys?
Yeah,
that too. Yeah,
obviously, I want Chris Godwin, but
that was my guy. Like, if money's not an option, and we can, like. You got is that what it is, Jake? Is it 80 million or around there?
I'm still looking.
Another thing that I'm totally okay with is because we have Hurts and Minshew locked in for next year. I'm totally okay with going with them, seeing what happens if Hurts continues to struggle in September next year, and then you just give the key to Minshew and you have a guy like Chris Godwin. I'm totally okay with that as well, and keeping all of our cap.
And that's what I said. It's like that's how I feel. It's like do like Tampa Bay when they had Jameis Winston. Even though Jameis Winston, had his ups and downs, they still built up a juggernaut as a team. Because as you can see now, like the team is built for just how long do you have with Tom Brady? That's the key. That's the driving force. The car was built. But you just needed a professional driver.
Todd, we would also have to be okay with being a trash organization and knowing that we're going to be a trash organization. And
well, we already been a trash organization for the past 4 seasons.
But the 2 of those seasons, we still made playoff runs, right? This is a football city, and if they told us that we were going to purposely tank and wait for a guy and build up this team, this city will go to hell because this is a football town. I don't think there's any process coming in football. Football is a week-to-week season, week-to-week sport. Anything could happen.
Absolutely.
And if you lose on purpose because you have a bad quarterback, that just leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And look at how the process is turning out with the Sixers.
Well, basketball is different. I mean, I don't want to talk about basketball.
I don't think you can tank
right there. I can only take one heartache at a time, and it's always a week to week with the with the NFL. So I'm paid attention to the NBA, but I don't try to fully invest just yet because I'm too invested in the Eagles and trying to I was just watching the Utah and Oregon game. I'm a scout and I'm looking at it because I know everybody's talking about Devin Lloyd, and I'm looking at Penny Sewell's brothers out there playing linebacker. So I'm in kind of a scout mode too. But we're tearing this whole fan base. We're not united, huh?
Like I said, we need this. It's more than just defense. Like you can keep scouting defense, but at the end of the day, like.
Oh, the
last few weeks haven't been defense problems. Like.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You can't I'm looking at we still got to continue to build on the offensive line because right now we know Brooks is gone.
You're worried about the offensive line?
No, I'm talking about to continue to build at depth. Like as a whole, like you talking about you worry about the offense. You still got to build. It's like we got to continually build. And knowing that we needed a quarterback or we're constantly talking about a quarterback, you don't want to ruin what you still need to build. Like we still got it. It's not just about your starting line. This is not basketball. Because I'm like, you look at Lane Johnson, he was in and out. Baron Brooks was in and out. You know, who's going to replace Kelsey? You know, Isaac Selma is out.
Gone.
So
yeah,
like that's what I'm saying, right? As a whole freaking team, as a 53-man roster, you want to not just have your starters. You want to have at least solid depth behind that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you would not have to. You would like not to have to worry about, reserves coming in your offensive line. But yeah, I agree.
And
with
that's what I'm saying. I know we're talking about the offense, and it was always going back to the quarterback because he's always got the ball in his hands. But I'm looking at running back. I mean, is Miles Sanders looking like a bust? I gotta start dropping him down now too, because he's getting hurt all the time. When he's in there, he doesn't hit the hole. He dances. So do we need to get another running back?
Yep.
We already know we gotta get wide receivers because I mean Devontae Smith is the only one that's getting open and catching the ball.
I think Quez is getting open as well, and I think
Quez will be fine. He's just not getting targeted.
I mean, I'd rather put Quez in the slot than keep him on the outside. I think he'll be a little bit more efficient than what we get now, Rager. Because I always look at your slot guy as your sure-handed, moving the chains guy.
But it doesn't matter when you have a quarterback that is incapable of sticking in the pocket and going to a second and third read.
That's why I go by sections. I'm like, we already talked about the quarterback. Like, we don't need to talk about once we know about the quarterback, it's like okay.
But he's right though. He's not letting plays extend out when he's scrambling outside of the pocket and just
darting to the
I know he's only going to the right. He only I'm like, look, I know that. But as far as trying to make a huge change, trying to make a change at the quarterback, I'm looking at as the whole team all around. Because when you talking about doing a big veteran quarterback, knowing like this, we can try to downplay how the older quarterbacks and maybe the value drops. You always got to know that you're going to give up a tremendous assets and money. And right now, if you're going to do that, I don't want it's like this. Yeah. Are you going to be satisfied with just making the playoffs? Like, yeah, we got into the playoffs. Yeah, we might got into the divisional round. Might make the NFC Championship game. It's like when we went through those growing pains with Donovan McNabb, it felt hella good when we went to 3-4 back-to-back NFC Championship games. But we knew we had that guy, but we didn't get over the hump. But eventually, we did get tired of it because it was like, damn, like, is this team really good enough to get over the hill? We finally made it. We didn't win it. And I'm looking at that was a guy that we stuck with, and how many years we got out of Donovan before we shipped him out. When you talking about franchise guy, I want at least 7 years. I'm looking like we gotta look down the road, and we can say with ifs, wishes, and all that shit. But guess what? I mean, when we make this move, if we get Russell Wilson, hey, we better fucking win a Super Bowl out of a 4 or 5 years, man. Because I'm like, yo,
I'm gonna call you 7-year Todd.
You damn right. Because guess what? At the end of the day, if Russell Wilson gives you a solid 4 and then he decides to retire, then what were we right back? And then God knows what the quarterback class or
what if we win a Super Bowl in those 4 years?
I'll be happy, but then it's like this. Okay, now we're right back to talking about quarterbacks.
Hey, it's another Super Bowl. If
worth it.
Look,
worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
if we give up 2 first-round picks, let's just say it's Jake's offer, and we give up a first this year, we give up a third or a fourth or whatever, and then we give up a first the following year, and we win a Super Bowl in those 4 years, and then he retires. Okay, I'm good.
Okay, that I'm willing to. It's like this, as long as the price is right, because I'm sorry, Howie scares me because just like you said, this is like a mistake that's been eating at his goddamn back of his brain. Like we even went back to say maybe if we had Russell Wilson, we still have Andy Reid. Like that's how much of this.
Yeah, you can lock that in.
I'm telling you, I think that's what it is. I thought about this for like a week.
We would have never had Nick Foles.
Honestly, yeah.
We would have never had Nick Foles.
Like that's what. And that's
Go ahead, Todd.
Just saying.
You're good.
He cracked me up with that one. That was good, man. He's talking about I'd rather have Nick Foles.
No, I said we would have never had Nick Foles.
Yeah.
My fault.
I'm not saying I'd rather have Nick Foles, but I'm saying we would have never gotten Nick Foles, and
that's what I'm saying because that it's so fixated, like because we're still. Is like living in marbles. What if we would have drafted Russell Wilson? Would we been a dynasty with Andy Reid? It's like it happened. Okay, you can't keep living in the past. That living in the past will just cause you nothing but depression and sadness. You got to move forward.
But to what Dan said, Howie hasn't been able to move on from that.
and that's depression and sadness because look at
it's ex-girlfriend syndrome. It's like
yeah, you still saying, boy, we would have been.
What could have been?
What our kids would have looked like?
Now it's right in front of Howie Roseman, and that's why I think it's going to happen this offseason.
When you see
as much as people don't want it to happen, I see Mr. Wing in the comments feeling like he doesn't want Wilson, but I think it's going to happen with all that talk that Howie Roseman's been saying for over the years. He always tries to squeak Russell Wilson here and there. He's like, yeah, we had an opportunity to get Russell Wilson, we didn't get him. I think it's right in front of Howie Roseman this offseason. Me personally,
and that's what scares me because we're talking about a guy that wants Russell Wilson so bad, and he's willing to do whatever it takes. You know, he's gonna say, well, wherever to justify the trade. That's why I'm like, if he trade away all 3 first rounders for Russell Wilson, he's gonna say that, well, we draft strongly in the later rounds. You know, he's gonna you already hear that analytic excuse getting ready to come out the mouth because if he overshoots the bid and you see the outrageous draft pick and I guarantee you everybody's gonna say, oh, I wouldn't have did that for Russell Wilson. Oh man, that was a little bit too much. You already hear it. And then he's going to come out to the podium. Hey, we couldn't turn it down. Well, I missed out on a draft pick, but we're still strong. We still got draft capital. We still got plenty of money. So I'm hearing it. It's like,
I don't think he's trading all 3 picks. And I see Mr. Wing says,
no, I don't think
how
so
would the locker room react?
I would hope not either, but
the wide receiver
we talking about Howie Roseman.
I think they would be fine.
The wide receiver room will have a blast. They'll have a party that day because they'll have a quarterback that can go past the second read.
Yeah, and the thing is too, they're kind of used to having the the coach change as far as quarterbacks go because you have Russell Wilson, then you have Jalen Hurts, and now it's going to be another quarterback most likely.
I think every NFL player, every wide receiver would choose in the league right now would choose Russell Wilson over.
Oh, they'd be excited to have Russell Wilson. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that away. But it's just I'm just looking at how we would acquire him. Like that's the scary part.
They're not going to go more than 2 first-round picks. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
They will not do that.
Yeah, no. There's no way. If they give up 3, then we'll have a problem.
I think if Deshaun Watson's like situation gets cleared up, I think he's the guy that would actually go for 3.
Right there.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's where you're talking about a real wild card, because if Watson gets cleared of all legal allegations, now you're really gonna see some crazy ass bidding. And that's where I would actually be kind of happy with Russell Wilson, because everybody's gonna give the farm and some other and their wife to go get Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. And sometimes it can be a situation just as simple as people think they know what the market's going to be, and then it's completely different.
Exactly, because
where it can be 2 first-round picks and a couple of Pro Bowl players, but
that's a market that I do want them to stay out of, though. I like unless it's
for sure.
Unless it's like something that they are like getting if it comes to the point where they only have to give up what they'd have to give up for Russell Wilson, then I'd be all right with it. But if you're going to have to give up, it's going to get to that point where it's 3+. No, I'm not doing that.
And that's where it will turn out to be, because you already know what does the Watson have over Wilson? The age. And you already know what kind of numbers he put up without the D-Hop. So
without a lot of talent around him, yeah.
Exactly. So that's why it's like, but that's of course if like it came out right before the off season or whatever, like he gets cleared out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets cleared out of everything, then you talking about the major sweepstake, and that's where I'll be satisfied with just taking Russell Wilson, because you already know the market is going to be completely down on him, because it's going to be Watson, Aaron Rodgers, then Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the pecking order for like as far as if Watson was completely cleared. But
if I had to if I was the GM of the Philadelphia Eagles, which never happened, but my ideal scenario would be ride with Hurts, ride with Minshew, keep all your capital, because at the end of the day, I just feel like the Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun, it's all unrealistic in a sense. Just keep all your capital, build up. See what happens in September next year, because that's how
I feel. I'm like, if Hurts doesn't change during the offseason,
if he continues to play the way that he's playing right now in September, I'm done after week 3. Time to move on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like. That's how I feel. I'm like, I'm at least want to see. Not just one off season, but a full season and an off season with the same head. Like everybody's familiar with everybody now. Okay, the playbook. You shouldn't have to second guess it. You should know the plays like that. And if we don't see any,
I don't want it to be a blame Nick Sirianni thing or blame the wide receivers thing, because if it's thing,
and that's my point, because I'm like this. The newness is gone. The new car scent is gone out the car. All right, you've been smoking cigarettes. You done had a party. Somebody threw up in the back of the seat. Like
I just don't know what we think's gonna change. Honestly, like I'm with you. Like at the end of the day, I think Tom's said it enough on this show, and I think we've all anybody who's watched football and knows football has watched Jalen enough to know the arm ability.
It's been 5 years.
It's not there. It's not. Dude, I'm so glad I get to talk to you, because like I watch you on Monday nights, but like at the end of the day, like just watching him, and I've watched him at Alabama. He lost his job for a reason.
I agree with you.
And I've been saying it for years. Like he transferred, he lost his job for a reason. Like he didn't transfer because he wanted to transfer. He transferred because he lost his job.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say that I don't love the kid and his like ability to like be a leader or to, be the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to be the quarterback of my team.
At the end of the day, you drafted him to be a backup quarterback.
Yes.
And I think he would thrive as a backup quarterback. And I think he still has the potential to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I just don't think.
Oh, there's
he's in the right
there's
market
teams that
right
he
now.
can star for sure. Yeah, there's teams he can star for.
He's just not in the right market because we are a football market that is always in win now mode. And
that's what I'm saying. We came
swing.
into this year talking about like, well, we just gonna see how the season goes. It's a fresh crop. We're gonna just see how it develops and everything. But hey, as soon as we sniff the inkling of playoffs, we gun ho, baby. It's like this, yo, we got to get it together. Let's go.
I mean, like Jay said, like literally, don't let, like Jay said earlier, don't let it happen. Don't Jalen just not play and then Gardner comes in, because it's going to be an issue. We know in this city what's going to happen. We literally know what's going to happen. It's a foregone conclusion.
But that's what I'm saying. Since we won the damn Super Bowl, it's always been a situation from the quarterback. It's like
that's because you spent an arm and a leg on a quarterback that you drafted number 2 overall, and then you had another quarterback that had the 3 greatest games of his life that won us the Super Bowl. So that's why it's been.
And then you put pressure on that franchise guy to come back early from a torn ACL and MCL and try to ball out and just trying to make ridiculous plays. I mean, it doesn't help that his favorite hero is
a quarterback conversation because of that.
So, and then it continued. For the past 4 years, like we've been talking about quarterbacks since the fucking Super Bowl. That's what's driving me nuts. It's like it went from Carson Wentz to Nick Foles, Carson Wentz to goddamn can he stay healthy, to Carson Wentz to Jalen Hurts. Now it's Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew and future Wilson, and I'm just done. I want 7-year tie wants a 7-year quarterback so we can stop talking about it. Just focus on how to get better.
But
at least
it's like the thing. It's not going to stop at Gardner Minshew or Jalen Hurts. It's going to stop once we get another top 5 pick in the draft, or it's going to stop once we draft or sign an established quarterback. So this conversation is going to keep on happening as long as our options are Gardner Minshew and Jalen Hurts.
Well, I want to ask you: do you see a franchise quarterback out of this draft class?
I do not.
So drafting a quarterback's completely out the window for you.
In this draft class,
Yes.
I mean, Corral, maybe Corral. But
second round.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Jamie. I'm with you.
All day if he's
See,
there.
I don't even know if I want to do that, because then you got 3 quarterbacks next year that people are going to be arguing over, and I'm.
If you get Corral in the second round, bye Jalen. In the if you get him in the second round, I'm gone. He's going.
And that's why I agree with you, Jay. It's like I'd rather ride it out, because it's like, hey, at least I know that we gave Hurts a clear opportunity. He didn't evolve. He didn't show any progressions. That's when you can snip it. Like cut the umbilical cord.
Right now, though.
I hear you, Dan. I hear you.
Like you made the point. Like what I was trying to say. Like since they changed up the offense. And they've been running the ball. They've been the best running game in the league. I've literally seen no progression at the quarterback play. Nothing. No better reads. He's not any more confident in the fucking pocket. Nothing. I don't want to hear it. Like, there's no more defense of this guy.
Well, this is where I look at it too, like, because I remember was the turning point for even Donovan McNabb, where he went against Arizona and he had to beat that team with his arm. It's like pretty much your will is shot, so you gotta actually beat a team with your arm. And this was when Donovan was up and down. He was throwing balls in the dirt. He was inaccurate, and people was like, "Hey, we wasted a first-round pick. We should have got Ricky Williams." And then here he is. He's, showing how tough he is on one leg and beat the Arizona Cardinals and had to beat them with the arm. I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts can do that, but I'm like, yo.
Well, let's not compare Donovan to Jalen.
No, I'm not. It's just like I'm looking at the situation. It's like, yo, at the end of the day.
Of what Donovan did. And that's a guy that threw the ball in the fucking dirt. A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
Exactly. So I'm like, we lived with Donovan. So I'm like, what is the fucking problem?
Because
like we have been
number two
seeing, like
overall.
I don't know why nobody's not accustomed to seeing bad quarterback play. I thought we was just about winning. That's what I'm about. I'm about wins, man.
Hold on, but Todd, why do you want bad quarterback play?
I don't, but guess what? If we're winning,
Todd, hold on. Name me what's the last mediocre quarterback that won a Super Bowl? And I'm not. Let's not involve Nick Foles in that situation because that was kind of a weird situation.
Trent Dilfer.
How many fucking years ago was that?
Wow.
Okay, let's go more.
Like 20 something.
I was a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So no, I don't want mediocre fucking quarterback play. I want elite quarterback play. I don't give a shit what I got to give up, and that's what I want.
Todd, you win in the trenches, and right now our offensive line is very promising. I'm saying it's a top 3 offensive line this year. I don't care what anybody says, and that's with all the injuries.
Yeah.
Our defensive line is always a strength. Continue to build that
now that's where I'm gonna stop you right there because our defensive line, like they showed up for that Giants, but guess what? You go into next year, what do we got?
Well, that's why you build in the draft this year on the defensive line. And
that's why I'm like this. That's where it comes back to keeping those 3 first-round picks. Because you talking about a lot of good.
I'm not advocating to get Russell Wilson. Honestly, the only picks I'm giving up is for Aaron Rodgers, and that's only if we sign Devontae Adams. And I know that's not happening. That's why I said
there you go.
That's why I said ride with Minshew or ride with Hurts next year because there's
that's why I'm like, yo, it's. I hate focusing on one guy where you got so many holes and going into next year.
I don't think we have that many holes. Our offense is pretty much set right now. Pending a veteran wide receiver to go with Quez Watkins and Devontae Smith. You have your tight end, you have your offensive line, you have your running. You could always pick up running backs off the street.
Yeah, you can get.
But I'm talking about defense. Like here it is where you got to have like on the defense.
We're I'm literally.
I feel like
my only point is, what are we missing on offense?
That bell cow running back. Of course, the quarterback and that number 2 wide receiver.
They're leading the league in rushing. Todd,
with Jordan Howard and Boston Scott. But with Miles Sanders, I'm like this. Are you confident in Miles Sanders? Yes or no?
No, with fumbling, no.
Again,
he's
no, exactly. Boston Scott fumbled. Like when we have Jordan Howard and when we finally used him, that's when we became the number 1 rushing attack.
You're gonna draft a guy in the first round with?
Fuck no. It's always still you can go in the fucking later rounds, but I'm like you can get that big cow back.
Let's not worry about that.
What are we missing on offense right now? What is our main empty spot on offense? We're talking about empty spots that we're missing. What are we missing on offense? I think a
number 2 wide receiver and a slot wide receiver.
Jalen,
because
you're saying
because I mean like you can tell me about Quez Watkins. Yes, I believe in Quez Watkins, but are you truly is he dominating, man? Like everybody's saying about elite quarterback. Well, guess what? Do we have an elite wide receiver? Yes, Devontae Smith gets open, but are you going to automatically dub him elite? Like he still got some growing pains.
He's not getting the ball thrown.
Look at Jalen Waddle. Is Jalen Waddle elite right now? And he's doing it with the guy that replaced Jalen Hurts.
He's not elite. Jalen Waddle's getting the job.
Playing like a top 10
he does his job. There it is. That's the word I'm looking for. He does his job.
Do you think
top 10 wide receiver this year?
Do you think Devontae Smith's better than Justin Jefferson? Or I'm sorry, will have a better career than Justin Jefferson?
It was a quarterback, yeah.
I mean, if we had a quarterback, I don't know, because I wanted Justin Jefferson. I hands down.
Just answer just answer the question. Do you think Devontae Smith is a better wide receiver than Justin Jefferson? The answer is yes.
No. I because right now it's you talking about from one rookie season to if you're trying to compare rookie seasons right now.
Well, if you're going to compare rookie seasons, yeah, but I mean,
you got to look what's around them.
This is also the default because Justin Jefferson also got Adam Thielen on the other side. I always saying like when you.
That's a fair point.
Exactly, because you can't. I'm like I can't just say.
But he also has.
I can't just say like we can say the quarterback, but I'm also looking at you can't just bracket like how Devontae Smith is. You know you can double team Devontae right now because we don't have that other threatening wide receiver.
Yeah, but Quez is still getting open every play.
Mm-hmm. He's getting open. Like there we go. It's like we're going in circles.
I actually respect the shit out of Todd because you're ready to die on a hill for Jalen, and I respect the shit out of it.
I understand, but
no, so did I. But
but Todd's giving me all the excuses that I
from
gave
Jalen. No,
but that's what I'm saying. So many fucking excuses, man. It's like,
what did we see? We saw
were this quick to run him out of town.
We saw stuff from Carson. We saw.
Thank you. We saw game-winning drives from Carson.
What have we seen from Jalen? Yes.
Well, I've seen we could have had a game-winning drive last week, but we dropped the ball.
But he threw 3 interceptions and he turned the ball over 4 times. He turned the ball over 4 times.
I don't give a fuck if you turn the ball over 5 times. If the quarterback gives you an opportunity, if you get the opportunity to win the goddamn game, you win the goddamn game.
I love you, and I'm not even fighting with you.
I love you too, but guess what? If you always have the opportunity to win the game at the last second, you do not care. You just want the dub.
It wouldn't have been to that point, though. You realize what I'm like.
6 to 14 points on the board by throwing horrible interceptions into double and triple coverage inside the red zone in that first half.
Did the Giants score off of those turnovers? Yes or no?
Hold on.
What was the question?
You left. Hold on.
Did the Giants score off of those turnovers?
It doesn't matter, Todd. You left.
How would it matter? Because if you have an opportunity to win the game at the last drive and your quarterback puts the ball on the money and your wide receiver drops, I'm like, it eliminates every damn thing.
Listen. You literally. So at the end of the half, you left 3 points on the board regardless because of the idiotic just unawareness of the time on the clock and getting rid of the ball. Because if you weren't going to throw it quick in the end zone, at least get 3 on the board. So you left 3 on the board there.
Now to as a rebuttal,
the coaching staff.
You're
gonna blame it on the coaching staff.
No. Right. I'm like this. Okay, if you got the number 1 rushing attack, why aren't we running the goddamn ball?
We didn't have a timeout.
I'll run it 4 fucking times right down your fucking throat when you're right there on the goal line. And then the previous pass, if your wide receiver drops a fucking touchdown.
Todd, there's no timeouts. Why are you running the fucking ball?
There's no timeouts going into that last play.
You're at 7.
Oh yeah, I thought we had a timeout. My fault.
No.
My fault. I can't remember that one. Like that's why I'm so pissed off because I'm like, yo, he dropped the
fucking on the hill for this guy, man. Todd, stop it.
Todd, if we want to run the football so bad, why are you so hell bent on having Jalen Hurts? Any quarterback can hand the ball off as much as you guys want us to run the ball. Hey, that's another question.
It gets the dub. It gets the dub. But no, I'm just trying to get this guy a fair opportunity to develop. It's like we're already calling for the guillotine. It's like this. Hey, if we play Gardner Minshew, he does. If he throws for, like he said, throws for 300, we come off the bye, we go back to Hurts, and and this is a true audition. If he doesn't put up 300, then fucking cut him. But guess what?
Put up 300 yards. I just want him to have a game where I see a great passing ability from him, and I haven't
seen wait now when we talking about great passing ability, what are we talking about? Like passes just always threading the needle,
I'm talking about
just
hitting
moving the chain
Smith on the last play of the game, plays like that.
I don't
want 12-step drops on the last play of the game. I want you to climb up in the pocket, see that your guy, your number 1 guy, your Heisman Trophy winning guy that you played at college with, is streaking wide open across the middle of the field. That's what I want. That's the passing ability I want to see. But he was so locked in on Jalen Reagor. I don't know why, but he was so locked in on Jalen Reagor that he kept on backing up.
We all don't know why. It's like, why was Jalen Reagor the number 1 option in that whole game plan?
But I feel like you're blaming that on Sirianni. A quarterback.
I blame it on the whole damn team because nobody really showed. Like we didn't turn it on until the second half. Everybody was still like, I don't know, we took them lightly, but it was just like that. That was those first 2 drives. I'm like this, Todd, what are we doing?
Todd, why did we win? Why did we lose that game on Sunday? What was the biggest reason? Who was the biggest culprit?
I'll give it to Hurt. Hurt got it.
Thank you.
All right.
Hurt got it. Yeah, Hurts got it. But at the end of the day, if he gives the opportunity to win the game, hey, it's over.
Signing off.
Done.
If he...
We're done.
So here's my thing, right? If you look at Jalen Hurts' body of work, right, and I'm sure at least two other guys on this panel will agree with me. The last game that I felt confident with him throwing the ball is Arizona last year.
I will give you that. Because we actually had to pass the ball, and that right there. No, that's where I'm like,
that's when he looked confident throwing the ball in Arizona. That
looked his best. Yep.
I haven't seen shit this year. Nothing.
No.
Not even in Atlanta, the first game of the year.
That was that was just perfect team play all around.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, we gotta give him that. Like, give him all truly balanced. And then if he doesn't
around him to succeed.
I mean, wouldn't you want to? Because guess what? I mean, he did beat the Denver Broncos, and Justin Herbert, everybody loves him, but he didn't beat the Denver Broncos, and he was trying to throw it all over the place. But I mean, I just look at it right now. That's where we're at. We're at a turmoil of Hurts. We want to get rid of Hurts, but who you want to bring in? And that's my thing. It's like, who you want to bring in? And I want to maximize Ty 7 years. You damn right. Because I don't want to bring in a guy for 4 years. That's why I'm willing to ride with Hurts until next year. And just like he said, if 4 or 3 games next season in September, we ain't seen him go through progressions, he's actually staying in the pocket, actually reading, then hey, we clip the umbilical cord. But for right now, with Howie so hell bent on Russell Wilson, that's what scares me. I know a guy, when you want something very badly, you're gonna do whatever it takes to get it.
I just don't think he wants it that bad, to be honest. I think this whole article was just a ploy. We did it last year. I think Jeff wants to get all the blame so that the media lays off of Howie, so that Howie and Jeff can continue to build this trash that we're seeing.
I mean, I'm just tired of I'm hearing how they blame Doug Peterson for drafting Jalen Hurts. I'm like, what are we talking, man?
I mean,
it's like
I do think that he wants. I think Howie does want Russ.
I just don't think he's going to spend the future for Russ.
No.
I mean, if it's multiple crazy first round picks, I agree. I think if he can get them, like I said, for a first, a third, and maybe Jalen and something else, and I do think he wants them. But I don't. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's going to go crazy with it because he got all these first round picks for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like with Howie, he burns a hole in his fucking pocket, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like since we acquired that. I mean, well, where's the snap count for Carson Wentz? Like, is it about there?
We'll get that first.
It would be next week. First rounder.
We'll get it.
It would be this week, maybe. It would be this week.
Well, this week.
Okay. Okay. So I just
on Sunday.
Well, I mean, I hopefully, because I don't think they're so tight in the playoff race. We know they can't just sit Carson right now.
Nah. This week will be good.
Okay, so
this week you can lock it up.
All right, cool. So that's as long as we got the first 3, but it's just we know how he wheeling deals, man.
Yeah. So.
And I just hate that seeing our franchise like this, man. We're just so torn apart and don't know where to go. It drives me fucking nuts.
I hear you.
And I just want to, that feeling back in the day of, hey, if I missed to watch the Eagles game, I know my Eagles are gonna, ball out. All I gotta do is just look at the ticker and see, hey, we winning. Hey, I'm good. I miss those days.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Instead of being,
let's just do our what do you call it? Let's do our
the picks.
Jets game preview, score predictions, and then we'll get the hell out of here because I gotta go to bed.
Yeah,
I gotta go to bed. All right. So
it's 6:00 over here, so I'm pretty also drained too.
In the morning or in the afternoon?
Morning.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
All right, so
Where are you?
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of a
I
little
was gonna say,
delusional
holy
too.
shit, where the hell are you at?
Oh, I'm
I
in
mean-
Germany, man.
Oh, no
Serving
shit. All
our-
right.
Wow.
serving our country,
Yeah,
There you
man.
go.
Respect.
Germany.
I
Respect.
dealt
When
with
you going
that. I
back,
dealt
man?
with the
When you
Afghan
going back?
situation firsthand, man. It's
Wow.
Thank you for your service, man. Seriously.
oh, no problem, man. Appreciate it.
When are you
That's
coming back,
another
man?
thing
When
why
are
I
you
get
coming
so
home?
pissed off, guys, because I gotta wait. Like if it's a 8 o'clock, Sunday game, I'm up at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Fuck that.
That's trash.
Exactly.
Why
So
Eagles fans
so
are
when
the
they
best.
when they lose, I am like the most miserable person at work. But
Yeah, we may hate each other, we may debate each other, Eagles fans, but at the end of the day, we are the best fan base in the world. There's no
oh,
doubt.
absolutely. I mean, I love that we rank number 3 in the most complaining fan base.
Yeah.
I was like, that's some strong passion right there.
We love our team, man. That's
Yes,
all
we
it
do.
is.
Exactly. All right, so
But
Sunday afternoon, Philadelphia Eagles are heading back to MetLife Stadium. Eagles are favored by 7, and the over/under is 45. Let us know what you got. You can give score predictions, players of the game, offense and defense if you want.
34-21 Birds.
Okay.
With recent information, I'm gonna go Gardner Minshew.
Okay.
I'm gonna say over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
All right. I will be in attendance of this game, actually.
oh
You're
wow.
going.
Yep.
Shit.
So I will be
Oh
there.
wow. So we're gonna get firsthand reporting on this one.
Yeah. I will
Awesome.
be at this game.
That's what, like an hour drive? An hour drive for you?
I'm right in Atlantic City, so I just got to go right up the Parkway.
Oh,
It's about like an hour and a half. So
yeah, it's a
Oh,
straight
that ain't
shot.
nothing.
straight
Yeah.
shot. It's right off the
Straight
Parkway.
shot.
So.
Yeah,
But,
you literally drive straight for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But don't
basically.
miss your turn. God damn, boy.
Yeah, and then you're
I know
stuck.
about that
You're fucking
turnpike.
stuck.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I know Monday I said 34-10. I'm gonna keep it that way. I would go
Okay.
alternate line for the Birds. I would go maybe 16.5. I think,
And that's with her starting?
with or without Hurt starting. I think this is going to
Okay.
be a
With or without.
running attack or running type of game. Jordan Howard's out. I think this is going to be a Miles Sanders game. I think he finally clicks it in. I say he's going to get at least 100 yards, 1 touchdown.
Okay.
And I think we have a defensive score as well. So
Okay.
I also said this about the Giants. So, but there's no way we should have had 2 weekends in a
Come
row.
on, Darius Slay. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I need another one. Darius.
Should I was just going to keep it simple. 28-17 Birds. I would like. I want to give some. I want my player of the game to be the man that just got paid on the offensive line or on offense is Dallas Goedert. On defense, I mean, of course, it's easy to pick Slay, but I'm always trying to pick the player that needs to keep their game up or make a surprise. So I want to go with TJ Edwards, continue his linebacker play. He's been balling out well more than everybody expected. I mean, that coverage interception and his coverage has been actually picked it up. So I'm glad for him because he was just known for that run stopper, but he's actually proven himself on coverage. So I'm gonna go with TJ Edwards.
Okay.
It's a good pick.
Sneaky. I like it. Mine's final score prediction is going to be 31-14 Birds. Offensive player of the game. It's tricky, but you know what? I'm going to go Devontae Smith. He had only 22 yards last week. I think he has another 100-yard game this week. So,
hey, he cussed out Nick Sirianni after the game, so he might
blame him. I don't blame him.
Exactly.
I would have cussed
people
out
are
the
like,
entire organization.
he's gonna have to be traded. He's gonna want to leave. No, he's just a competitor. That's who he is.
Yeah, and that's what I love. I mean, maybe I'm just a little. That's what kind of gets me biased. I love guys that's just every Sunday competes. I mean, no matter what, until they see zeros across the board. I mean, I want you to keep fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Philly's known for. I want guys
Yeah,
that's here to
exactly.
fight.
Yep. But let's see, defensive player of the game. You know what? He's been quiet the past couple of weeks. Give me Javon Hargrave. Give me Javon Hargrave with 2 sacks. Give me Javon Hargrave.
The ghost.
So 31, 14.
You're not gonna go Ryan Kerrigan.
Oh hell
Who?
no! That's the
Who?
yo.
Who?
I didn't even give my defensive player of the game, but
Like
Neither did I.
Ryan Kerrigan.
this fucking
But
guy, man.
we went
Stealing goddamn
from-
money.
we went from
I
Chris
think $5
Long
million just to do nothing.
to Barnett to Ryan Kerrigan.
Yo,
I think we need to stop.
Any 4 of us could have, and I'm a small guy. Like we could have done anything and made more.
We could have at least had
impact.
at least 1 sack. this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Could have at least had 1
could have
sack
had a
this
fucking-
year.
I could have had a tip pass or something. Fucking like, come
Yeah, I
on.
don't-
Oh my
What was
god.
it? He didn't have any stats going into like week 5. Ryan Kerrigan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something-
he's had
something
2
crazy.
statistical stats. He had 1 stat last week, and then whatever he had prior. He's had 2 statistical stats as of last
insane.
week.
And that's why I said when it comes to free agency, we admire other people's trash, and then what we get some trash because Ryan Kerrigan struck fear in us. I could not stand when he did that damn HBK goddamn pose. But now he's on our team. I have yet to see it. He is like
said he
HBK.
went.
He's like no. It's more like here. Have some Gatorade, guys. He's our veteran soccer mom. He's making sure everybody's pumped
Oh,
up,
my
making sure they're
God.
playing good, and making sure they got plenty of fluids in them.
Right. Jesus.
You want to do any of the week games? I know it's championship week, guys. Y'all putting some money on the
we're
line?
here. Yeah, we're still here. Fuck it. Hold on. Hold on.
I did.
We'll
put
do
in a
rapid
little sneaky
fire.
parlay for tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a
Anybody
couple
not
myself.
taking Georgia?
I took
Woo!
Alabama.
I got actually work with a couple of Alabama
What the
boys.
fuck! Oh my god!
What's the
Alabama.
line for that?
Nope. No way.
What's
Bama
the line
don't,
for
or,
Bama, Georgia?
Georgia don't win. Nope.
I'll pop it up right now.
All right.
Dan, I want Georgia to win so badly. I'm not
Their
going to bet that
defense,
game.
they have the best, literally the best
Their
defense
defense is
I've ever.
filthy.
It's the best defense I've ever seen in college football. In college
Their
football,
defense is filthy.
Plus 6.5 for Alabama right now.
Plus
Woo!
6.5.
Wait, for Alabama?
I'm sorry
Wow.
for Georgia.
I was gonna
No.
say.
Oh,
Get the fuck
okay.
out
I
of
was
here.
like,
Yeah,
what?
There's no ass for Bama. No.
Sorry.
I was like this. Who got
Okay.
hurt?
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Yeah, you had me
I was
high.
gonna say, I'm
for a
putting
second.
all
What
my-
the fuck?
read that wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Bama's or Georgia's winning the national championship. It is the best defense I've ever seen in college football.
I think Bama's going to
Listen.
cover though.
I'll take
Yeah,
the cover.
I-
That's fine.
That's a
I'll
lot
take
of
the cover.
points.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
that
points.
is a lot of
Yeah.
points. That's a
Yeah.
shitload of points. But
I actually got to stay away from the bet, because I want Georgia to I'm tired of Alabama always winning. It's always respect with Alabama, but finally seeing Georgia as dominant they have been all season is like, can y'all please do it? Georgia is like Atlanta needs something. I mean, I know they they always known for the just dropping the ball and allowing teams to come back. So it's like, hey, please get this dub.
yeah, seriously. But all right. So 1:00, Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions.
Minnesota.
Vikings.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if the Vikings laid an egg. I would not be surprised.
Well, yeah,
The Vikings are just that weird team. They win games they're supposed to lose, they win games they're supposed to lose, and then they lose games they're supposed to win. That's just Vikings in general.
I mean,
That's why I never bet the Vikings. I never do it. I always get
What
For
the
our
fuck does
sake.
my basement smell like a dentist office? What the hell is going on?
I mean, they
for our sake,
I
we
do-
need the Lions.
they are going to be without Delvin Cook, but I just don't see them stopping Allen Thielen and
Justin
Yeah,
Jefferson,
so-
no shot.
Yeah.
All right, Arizona Cardinals at the Chicago Bears. You do have Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins back.
Cardinals.
Give me the
Give me the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah,
Cardinals.
Cardinals all day.
They don't have Khalil Mack.
Yeah, no. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. Tampa Bay.
I don't know.
Bucks.
Oh, don't do this to me.
What?
Don't do this to me, Todd. Don't do this to me.
Todd.
No, it's like this. Of course, you pick Tampa Bay, but it's just some of like when Atlanta has Cordell Patterson, it's like their running attack is very lethal. But
That's why I have him on my fantasy team.
See, but Calvin really hasn't came back. Is like, of course, my intelligent is going to be Tampa Bay, but for some reason, like I could see that being like an upset, like one of those games, like you just like, wait, what?
Okay.
I definitely have Atlanta covering that. I think that's like 10 right now.
Okay,
10.5. It's 10.5 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
10.5.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm going to pick Tampa Bay, but it's just something in the back of my head saying that could be like an upset of the week.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. All right. Indianapolis
Divisional
Colts at
games,
the
man.
Houston Texans.
Colts.
Oh, that's
Colts are
Colts.
favored by 10. Yeah, Colts all day.
Colts.
And we get our first round pick.
Yes, sir.
Lock it up. Los Angeles Chargers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Give me Cincinnati.
Bengals.
-3.
Feel it.
Yeah, Bengals.
Okay. New York Giants at the Miami Dolphins. No Daniel Jones for the Giants.
Give me the Dolphins.
Dolphins by a mile.
Yeah, give me the Dolphins. God,
As much as I don't like to say it.
What's that? 3 in a
Yeah,
row for the Dolphins now?
I don't need the Dolphins to be winning right now. I want to keep that draft pick kind of low.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think that's like 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
They have the same record as us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
That's like 5 or 6 in a row, Jake.
Let's see
Usually.
here. Hey.
Yeah, Tua and Waddle are going back to their Alabama days right now.
Yeah, so this would be 5 in a row. Holy fuck.
Yeah. They're
'Cause
really
there's the
screwing us.
Texans, Ravens, Jets, and yeah, they beat the Panthers. Cam Newton stinks. All right.
It started with that Ravens game, right? That Thursday night?
Yep.
No, it started with hold on.
Or the week before.
I have it right here. It started the week before.
Okay.
It was the Texans game. They won 17-9, and then they've been rolling
Okay,
ever
yeah.
since.
Well, that Raven, it was like that Ravens game put the that catapult up their ass, and they just been running with it ever since. Because that like nobody picked the Dolphins to win, so
no. Washington football team at Las Vegas. Vegas is favored by 1.5.
Give me Vegas.
Yeah, I'll take the Raiders.
I think coming off the big win on Thanksgiving, they're going to choke, and the Redskins have been rolling. So give me Washington.
Yeah, give me Heineke.
Okay. They're missing a lot on that one.
Wow. Split on that one. Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ravens are favored by 4.5. Ravens.
Give me Steelers.
Ravens, please.
Give me the Steelers on that.
No TJ Watt.
Yeah,
Ben Roethlisberger's ready for
I'll take the Ravens.
Yeah, Ben's just not what he used to be.
I gotta go with the Ravens. Is even though like if it was like back in the day, I would probably lean towards the Steelers because they always split those games. But yeah, Roethlisberger is done.
No, he's absolutely done. It's a shame. The game that nobody's going to watch: Jacksonville Jaguars at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are favored by 13. Rams all day.
Wait. It's in LA. I was like, nobody wants to go with White Jesus with Trevor Lawrence. I thought he was supposed to be tearing up the league, man. I haven't heard no noise from him, but yeah, give me the Rams.
It's that rookie year. That's what happens.
I got Rams by 20.
He said, I got him by 20.
All right. San Francisco 49ers at Seattle. 49ers are favored by 3.5.
Nah, give me the Niners because Seattle just imploded.
Yeah,
You've seen it in your very eyes.
I'll take the Niners.
Seattle's done. Yeah, give me the Niners all day. Sunday night, Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 9.5. That's a lot of points. That is a lot of points.
I think
I
Denver.
think they cover. No, I think the Chiefs.
Yeah,
cover.
they definitely cover. They definitely cover.
You think the Chiefs cover?
I do.
Yeah.
The way they're playing recently, I do. They're on a roll.
Yeah, they definitely got their mojo back. So I mean, I think if it got to go with the
Denver,
I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but
if Denver can continue to establish the run, I think it's going to be a tight game. But I'll take the Chiefs in the end. But
yeah, I'm good. I'll go money
touchdown.
line. Yeah, I'll go Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm with you with Denver in the run game. If they can establish it, then it's going to be a closer game. But
all right. So
Chiefs
Monday Night Football: New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills.
That's going to be a good game. That's my spot.
Woo, boy, that's the game. Yeah, like you said.
No hesitation. Give me the Pats.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's at Buffalo?
It's at Buffalo, yep.
Give me Buffalo. They've been Buffalo's been going on a skid. You know, their defense is mad is because, you know, they've been getting run on, passed on. Well, damn it, I forgot Tre'Davious White's out. Fuck.
Yeah, Tre'Davious White's out.
Give me the Pats.
Yeah, so who's covering?
Yeah,
covering him?
Yeah. Give me Pats. Never mind. I forgot all about that one.
I like how you changed.
Mac Jones to.
Well, you like that's what I do. I'll start thinking about like, you know, because I'm looking at Buffalo. They definitely need that bounce back win.
Yeah.
But Patriots are doing the Patriots thing. They dinking and dunking, not putting like Matt is.
Belichick is putting Mac Jones in the right situation. That's
exactly, you know, that's what he does. That's what he does, and now is like that. You know, Bill, he's got his defense back to where he's used to, accustomed to seeing his defense. Fucking Bill. Yep. But it's like a part of me wants to take the Bills. Like, shit. This is not. I can't even call it an upset. But I'm just like I'm gonna go with the Patriots on it because Tre'Davious White is a major loss, even though they didn't have him last season due to COVID. But it's a different story when you got the bullseye on the back.
Would you guys make a run at putting in a little bet for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl? They're at plus 1,000 right now.
I'm way ahead of you. Ahead of you.
That's good money.
I put a 20 spot on it.
Oh my God.
I put a 20 spot on it.
They're plus 1,000 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Yeah.
I got a lot of my money in crypto.
Yeah, I've been doing the crypto thing too.
Man, you shouldn't have told me that. Oh my God.
I got Shiba, crypto.com.
That's
hitting it hard.
Yeah, my money's in Crow right now. Crypto.com.
Yeah.
I got what do you call it? I got Ethereum the other day. If you want to talk about crypto.
If your money's not right now in the Crow, you're missing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crypto.com.
Yeah, crypto.com.
So, what's on the Sixers jersey? So here's just a brief little synopsis. They obviously got the logo on the Sixers jersey.
And
I don't know if you know
the
this.
Staples Center.
Yeah, they're gonna have the Staples Center. So that comes out. Yep. That's not official until the 20. I think it's Christmas Day. But if you follow crypto, a lot of their stuff is not coming out official until the new year.
Interesting.
So it's about to blow up.
Yeah, like
that
this,
money.
I've been like I dump it in between Shiba. That's my long-term goal, and crypto is my short-term because as soon as I started seeing the crypto little logo pop up in the UFC fights, and it's like, yo, they got commercials.
Let me tell you something. It should be the exact opposite. Shibu should be your short-term. Crypto should be your long-term.
Okay.
Look at everything that crypto's telling you. They're signing major deals to UFC.
Mm-hmm.
They're signing major deals to stadium deals. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, like the Staples Center is a 20-year deal.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh no, I'm talking about investing in while you can buy the coins low right now.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Not.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like as far as investing right now, it's like this short term right now. It's like this. You want to put as much money as the crypto while you can because as soon as it hits that dollar mark, kiss it goodbye. It's not going to go down any further.
I've got $400 just for reference. I got $400 invested into 20 cents of crypto.com, and right now it's at like 80 cents, and it's projected to go up to like probably $10 to $20 by like 2 years. So
that's what I'm saying right now is like, as far as investing, you want to keep putting money into the Crow, but that's going to be the first boom, and like that's why I put a little money into Shiba, because that's later down the road when it booms. But it's like that's the thing about crypto. As soon as it booms, do not sell. Just let it watch and continue to grow.
Yeah,
let it ride. Yeah, let it ride. But
Kenny Rogers said it best. You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
When to fold them. Know when to run away. Know when to.
There you go.
Stop. Fucking love that song. But,
you got to.
All right, fam. That's it. That's it for us on this edition of Fan Friday. Almost went 4 hours.
Great show, boys. I was listening since the Sixers game.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Seriously.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Guys, as always, check out
I catch your segments on Monday
Jimmy.
too, man. You do a great job,
the guys
man.
on the Fight Zone.
Thanks, bro.
Every Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Jimmy's usually freaking out while Ev's just laughing at him, per usual.
Jimmy,
I'm freaks out.
You gotta let me jump on Monday night, Jimmy.
Whenever you want.
All right, buddy.
Whenever you want, just hit me up on Instagram, I guess, DM or whatever.
All right, I got you.
Yep.
Slide in the
You guys
DMs.
can hop on whenever you want. It's a great show. You never have a good time.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Fan
it.
Friday is brought to you by Gleason's Bar. Gleason's Bar is located at 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, online at gleasonsandsteaks.com. The website again is gleasonsandsteaks.com. Now, the other thing before we get out of here.
Speaking of steak, go on. Steak and eggs.
Since the weekend's coming up, college football's real hot. Got the A2D membership. Perks include appearances on shows, members-only live streams, shout-outs, and weekly sports picks from Money Pop Podcast and Willie Vegas for your daily fantasy tips. Spend a little money to make money. $9.99 a month. Nate's got you covered. Wilson's got you covered. $9.99 a month to make a lot of money.
You ain't spending money in crypto. Spend the $9.99 and get these picks. That's all I'm going to say.
Crypto money. Get that money towards crypto, towards your rent.
Mm-hmm.
9 yards. But from Jake Friedel,
especially with
Dan,
championship week,
Jimmy, and Todd, as always, Todd, you know we love you.
Thank you. The love is sent right back, man. Love you guys.
Yep.